Hey y'all, what's up?
You don't need Netflix, you don't need cable. Hop on YouTube, welcome to the hood table. Where we chop up local and globally, Vince vocally. You don't really wanna miss out on these conversations. Just joke a little, huh? Laugh a little, get that wine in your system, fill your glass a little. Expose current events, talk trash a little. You never know, these opinions might clash a little. Get addicted to the content, got them binge watching. You don't like it, think you want invited. Bet your friends watching in the house and your job parking lot before you clocking. They don't wanna miss a second of this HD content. Everybody think they got something to say, so it's an open invitation, bring it to the table. But if you come whack, just know we ain't buying in. We gon' probably turn you back and tell you sorry, try again. Yeah, welcome to the hood table. You don't need Netflix, you don't need cable. Yeah, welcome to the hood table. You don't need Netflix, you don't need cable.
Hey, what's up, everybody? What's up? What's up? Come on in. Make sure you like and share the video in my Jay Wilson voice and share it out. Share it out if you can. But I just have to show that. That was so funny. I saw this on Facebook. Hold on, let me put it back up. I thought this was so funny when I saw it on Facebook. I was like, now I got 2 kids of my own now, and I know how they got here now. And I stay in these really cold states. So I know how it is in the wintertime. Shoot, sometimes people just cozy up to somebody just to be cozying up just because it's cuddle buddy season. But y'all be careful out there, okay? Y'all be mighty careful out there. But yes, come on in, come on in. I got my drink right here. Got my ice, just in case I need some more ice. And I am ready for a good show tonight, Friday Night Live. Thanks, Wavish. The Hood Table is our Cash App, $, the Hood Table 402. Please like, share, and support. That is our motto. Okay. So you guys, if you feel like sharing or contributing, I can't even talk, contributing to the Hood Table or platform, $, the Hood Table 402. Thank you very much. But yes, how's everybody doing? I have the entire day off today. Tomorrow I have to work, but not until like late afternoon, just for a few hours. But today I took the day off. Matter of fact, I took the day off today. I also took the day off for next Friday. And let's see, today is the 14th. And I took the day off on Halloween. Why I take the day off on Halloween is because I'm either going to participate in the trick or trunk at our church, which I did last year, where you decorate your car or your van or your whatever you got, SUV, and you decorate it and little cute Halloween stuff for the kiddos at the church. Try not to go too gruesome because it is church. But and then you fill your trunk up literally with candy. And what I normally do is I go to the store and I buy a whole bunch of candy. And then I put it in my trunk, clean out your trunk, put it in your trunk. But then at the church, oh my God, I think our church be probably buying like not 10, maybe $500, $600 worth of candy, if not more, because I swear they be having candy upon candy upon candy just to refill up your trunk and, to make sure all the kids in the neighborhood, all the kids in the church, whoever wants to come has enough candy. And it's kind of fun. It's really fun. We be having a fire pit out there. And some guys from our church, they'll be tending to the fire pit and they be roasting like hot dogs and s'mores and marshmallows. And they be having all kind of stuff like that, at the church for trick or trunk. So I'm either going to do that, or I also thought about this year giving away, candy at home, just to the neighborhood kids, which is something I haven't done in a long time. And I keep telling my kids every Halloween that I'm going to buy some candy and sit out there in the front porch or sit outside the house and give away candy to the trick-or-treaters, in the neighborhood. And I haven't done it yet. I haven't done it in years. So I don't know. It's like, Either way, it'll be a good thing, to give some candy to the kids because that's all they're looking for on Halloween. But other than that, today I slept in, which I don't get to do hardly ever. And I slept in, and then around probably 11, I got up, ran some errands, ran to the bank, paid some bills. And then my oldest son, because I came back home thinking I was about to lay back down and think I was about to just chill in the bed for the rest of the day, right? That's what I'm thinking, right? But my oldest son, he hit me up talking about, Mom, what you doing? I'm like, I'm at home. I'm in bed. What you want? How about we do brunch? And I'm like, okay, cool, brunch, let's do brunch, okay. And I'm thinking, well, I already ate. I just picked up something at McDonald's. I already ate. He said, we can do it later. We'll be hungry again later. I'm like, okay, cool. But his brunch consisted of not us going nowhere. No. Brunch was gonna be at Mama's house, so they came over with food, bacon, eggs, stuff for waffles. We had chicken and waffles and bacon, eggs, sausages. I posted it on Facebook, so those of you who follow me on Facebook, you probably saw it. But yes, I was like, okay, all right, I can see this, but I'm getting back in the bed as soon as y'all leave, as soon as y'all go home with my grandbaby. But yeah, so it was a nice day. So I hope everybody had a good week, had a nice day. It's a lot of things that we're going to discuss tonight. A couple of stories close to home, a couple of stories that are like, trending in the news. But one of those, I'm waiting on somebody right now. Hold on. Let me just, excuse me. Okay, hold on. Because somebody is supposed to, is they doing construction in front of my house? Hold up. Oh, hold up, y'all. It's a fire truck. What the hell? Huh. Oh, shoot. Hold on, y'all. There's some trauma in the hood. Hold up. Oh, my God. I'm being nosy. It's another fire truck. Hold on, y'all. Let's go outside. Hold up. Let's go outside. Let me take the, I don't know how I'm going to do this. I'm going to show y'all, but let's take this outside. Because there's fire trucks in front of my house. And yeah, I'm going to walk y'all through my house. Don't be looking at everything now. My house might not be totally clean, okay? I'm in my office. Move, dog, move. Let me turn off the alarm. Hold up. Okay, alarm off. Move, dog, before I walk over you. Move. Get out the way. Shit. Hey, what's up, Vibrant? I'm going to be nosy. Don't be looking all through my house, y'all. Trying to find something to steal. We say strapped over here. I'm going to let you know that. Hold up. They blocking off the street. Hold on. Hold up. Let's see if y'all can see. Can y'all see that? I'm being nosy, y'all, trying to find out what's going on in front of my crib now. Ooh, child. My ass being nosy. Okay, hold on. Move it, Buster. Okay, I don't know what was going on, but it was 2 ambulances, a fire truck. Oh no! Come on, Rock. Oh, I put my. Hey y'all! Okay, let me get back to the office, to the recording area. Oh. Okay. Well, that was interesting, wasn't it? I had to put my glasses in my bra. See, I got my reading glasses so I can see the pewter. I had to take these off to really see outside. But yes, okay. I don't know what's going on out there. I didn't see no fire. I'm like, did they just stop by just to park on both sides of the street? It was two big fire trucks. The fire, what's the truck that the firemen drive? Don't take my phone. Not the pickup truck, but like the SUV. Okay. All right, so I'm waiting for. Child, that just threw me all off. But let's see. I'm waiting for Karma Diva. Hold on, I'm gonna check with her real quick to see if she's jumping on because she got to give us an update on something. Okay, so Karma Diva is about to let me get a drink, y'all. You okay? Don't judge me. Don't judge me. Y'all know y'all nosy too. If there's a police outside the house, a fire truck, an ambulance, hell, if you hear some gunshots, you probably still running to the door or at least peeking out the window. So yeah, I had to see what was going on. And hold on, let me see. I think I just got a notification. Make sure y'all liking, sharing, and subscribing, y'all. While we wait for Karma Diva to jump on here, and then Sis Lo is gonna come on here too. Oh, I'm just logging in on my phone. Okay. Oh, and I gotta update y'all about the case too with Laverne. I'm sorry, I'm logging on to something right now. Oh, shut up. The case that I thought I was gonna have to go to court and testify, but I don't have to. Thank you, Paul. Is Paul in the chat? Hold up. Where's Paul? Let me drop this link. Y'all know what day it is. It's Friday Night Live. Friday Night Live. Y'all know how we do on Friday Night Live. You are more than welcome to jump on a link with us and join us on the panel. We discuss everything from the hood to the White House and beyond on Friday Night Live. So we can discuss local shit, trending stuff, celebrities, TV shows, life, whatever. That's what we do on move this screen, move this up again. Okay, that's what we do on Friday Night Live. So thank you, Paul. I want to say thank you, Paul, for the Cash App. Hey, I want you to jump up on here, like for real, because I want to introduce y'all to my platform and to my subscribers. Because I think you guys have an awesome channel. Y'all on Facebook, y'all on YouTube, y'all on Twitter. And I think, did y'all say on your last show, because I was just watching your show that you did yesterday. I was watching that because I was working and I was in training class. Oh God. I ain't gonna training class. So I didn't get to watch y'all live. So I had to watch the replay. And I was like, every time you guys live, every time I catch you guys, I always share on my YouTube community wall, which you guys will have soon. I think as soon as you get like so many followers or something, you get your community wall. It used to be where you had to have 1,000 subscribers on YouTube, but they always changing stuff. But now I don't think you have to have near that many. So I've been sharing you guys out, trying to introduce you to, the other, well, I'm not going to say I'm in the beef sector, even though a lot of people in the beef sector do follow me and I follow them. But a lot of people who are subscribed to my channel are from Omaha, surrounding areas, friends and family, different sectors of YouTube that I didn't come across over the years. But I like to really support fellow YouTubers, especially if they're from my city. So if you want, no pressure, but if you want, feel free to click on the StreamYard link, and I can add you on here so we kind of discuss your platform and what y'all do, what y'all represent, how y'all came about. Woo, 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 woo. But if you want, feel free. But yes, thank you for the cash app. I appreciate that so much. Thank you. Oh, so you at work now too? You said maybe we can jump on next week. Yes, and I want to come on y'all show too. Like I know usually when y'all have people on y'all show, y'all have them on there for a main reason. Like y'all be discussing maybe politics or certain events around the city or stuff like that. One day y'all just need to have a show where we just up there, we just chit chat, we just chilling, we just chilling. But yeah, so I appreciate that. I sure do. And I'll be hitting you guys up. But don't work too hard and don't get caught on YouTube. But yes, you guys. So as far as, let me first start off with an update about Laverne Crump. Yes, thank you. And I would love to be on there. Thank you. Thank you. Yes, I would love that. But as far as Laverne goes, okay, now y'all who have been following this story since she first hit our platform, and the husband wife friend saga, the name of the book is called My Her Husband, My Man. That's the name of the book that Laverne Crump wrote. And it was basically a book that she had started to write. But then she was like, I can't put this book out. This lady, treated me as her friend. I went behind her back, slept with her husband, but Laverne, she's about that book writing. She got books out there already that she wrote. She's been writing books for a long time. And she has been involved in some things positive, some things not so positive, especially in these Omaha streets. But when she heard that the wife, who was assuming at the time that her friend Laverne and her husband was cheating, messing around behind her back, she wrote this book called About Gaslighting. And she was referencing to Laverne in the book, even though she didn't say her name. But everybody in Omaha, even Laverne, knew who she was talking about, right? So Laverne was like, oh, hell no. She out here putting it out here like I'm doing this and I'm doing that and her husband ain't, no. So Laverne, she was like, oh, forget that. She was, let me finish writing this book. So she got the writing and she finished that book. Now, the wife's book was probably 40 pages long. Maybe it was like this thin. Laverne came out with a book about this thick. Matter of fact, I ain't gonna look for it now. I think it's in my bedroom. I ain't gonna look for it now. But she came out with a nice size book telling a tell all. And so after that, the wife didn't like certain things that Laverne had done publicly, like on social media. So she took her to court. And in the process of her going to court, Laverne had been arrested. She had been placed in jail. She had to get bonded out. Y'all know the story. Then when she got bonded out, she was like, "Okay, I'm gonna put a hold on this book right now. I'm gonna shelf this book." Just like because she's working on a new book. So she said, "I'm gonna shelf the new book, the part 2 of My Friend, Her Husband, My Man," because she was like, "Okay, I'm gonna see what all happens in court. See if she really gonna have to serve some time." See if she'll be, if the verdict could be in her favor or in, the husband-wife favor or whatever. So right now, the part 2 book is shelved. Now, in this whole process, she's been updating us. Every now and then she'll hit me up. Tanya, I need to come on the hood table because I need to let y'all know what's going on. So some of y'all have been following this story consistently. And the last thing we had spoke about was that certain people were supposed to be subpoenaed, including me. I was supposed to be subpoenaed. Some political figures. Political. Can you believe that? Over a case that deals with a wife having a friend and a husband who cheated together behind her back. This shit ends up in court. Not only was I supposed to be getting subpoenaed because I had them all on my show. I interviewed the wife first. I interviewed Laverne. I interviewed the husband. They all have been on the show. So I guess they figured she's close enough to the story. Let's subpoena her too. And then some political figures in our community was supposed to be subpoenaed, and some other people were supposed to be subpoenaed, but nobody basically wanted to go to court. Nobody didn't want to have shit to do with it. They was like, "Fuck this shit, I'm not going." You can subpoena me if you want to. And I even asked a lawyer. I'm like, "Dang, if I don't show up, will I really gotta go to jail like they do sometime in the movies?" Because I've been close. I've been close. I even been in those scared straight programs back in the day where, you go down to the jail and they basically try to scare your ass from ever permanently visiting jail, right? But I never been in jail, never been locked up. And I'm like, dang, can I really get locked up because I don't want to go to court and testify? And the attorney was like, well, I don't know. It's kind of like a 50-50 chance because they said sometimes when people don't show up, they just be like, fuck it, chuck it. But sometimes if it's a serious case, they will put you in jail or threaten to put you in jail. They will put a warrant out for you and force you to testify. And I'm like, well, damn, if they do that, can I plead the fifth? So basically, I did not want to testify at all. I didn't want to testify. And so come to find out, Laverne called me the other day and she told me that she's taking a plea. She don't want to go through it anymore. She don't want to have people that she know going through it. She just want to be done with it, be over with it. She said, like, what do I got to do? She's taking a plea. So we're going to have her on the show to explain some more details about it. I don't want to give up all the tea, but she's going to, we're going to have her on the show soon so she can explain what kind of happened, because I think she was supposed to go to court today for her plea or whatever. So that is the update on my friend, her husband. Wait. Yeah, my friend man, I'm telling you. I always get it kind of confused. But it's like the ABC community. I always get that kind of confused sometimes. No offense, no shade, no offense. No shade, no tea. But yeah, so it's my friend, her husband, my man. If you haven't read that book, I truly suggest that you read the wife's book first. I have a playlist titled "My Friend, Her Husband, My Man" with everybody's interviews, and in all the links, it has the link to the wife's book on Amazon, and it has a link to Laverne's book on Amazon. So I would definitely, if you're interested in the story, I would definitely go to my playlist and watch from the beginning to the most current and check out the wife's book first, and then check out Laverne's book after you read that. And then again, Laverne is coming out with a part 2. Now that everything is over, now that she's taken the plea, she's going to pick back up where she left off on part 2. I am looking so forward to reading that book. And y'all know we're going to have her on here like always. She's going to come over here. We're going to help her promote her book and, woo. So that's that on that. Now, something else that we're going to discuss tonight has to do with something local. And I am going to have Carmel Diva on here. She just texted me and inboxed me and said, give her a few minutes. But she's very close to this story. We're very close to this story because when we broke this story, and that is, of course, the story of the Black man who worked. He used to work at Oriental Trading Company. A lot of y'all in Omaha, a lot of y'all in Iowa, surrounding areas know all about Oriental Trading. I used to work there way back in the day, and doing telemarketing, taking orders for people who want to place orders to buy all those different things that Oriental Trading sells. So I done worked there several times, way back, like in the 90s, like way back in the day. But Oriental Trading is still in existence. I think who used to be the old owner, Paul Watanabe, somebody Watanabe or some shit like that. But he was at work, and I guess he had got into it with a coworker, right? And so he must have been at lunch or on break at the restroom somewhere. And while he was away from his seat, from his desk, another coworker used some twine or used some string or something and formed it into the shape of a noose. And we all know what a noose is, okay? So he formed it and shaped it in the shape of a noose and put it on that coworker's chair, on his seat where he sits at work. And so the coworker came back, and when he saw it, he was like, "What the hell?" You know, I mean, he handled it really well. Because some of us, oh man, please that man, the damn Oriental Trading would have been towed up for the flow up, furniture would have been moving. You know, they sell a lot of toys and trinkets and holiday decorations. Now that shit would have been all flying all over the place. But he handled it very well. And he contacted the police. He contacted his supervisors. He took pictures. He contacted his niece, Carmelita, his niece, and told her about it. And then she contacted me. She was so mad and frustrated and angry. She contacted me and she was like in tears. I can't believe what they doing to my uncle. I can't believe somebody doing this. This is year 2020, twin. You know what I'm saying? Because this happened 2 years ago. So this was in 2020. And she hit me up. I said, "Oh, hell no." And she was like, "Tanya, they ain't doing nothing. You know, he's scared. He thinks the guy is following him and stalking him because the guy, you know, he got suspended or something like that." So I said, "Oh, hell no. If they don't want to discuss it, we can discuss it right here on the hood table." So we discussed it, right? I'm thinking we discussed it like we do all kind of other stories. Paul said, "Ha ha ha." Yes, we discussed it like we do any other story. And so the next morning, I swear to God, the next morning, I usually get up around 6:30. I gotta start work like 7:30. I get up early, you know, do whatever, all your morning stuff, straighten up. I know I work from home, but just because I work from home, don't get it twisted. I know some people work from home, they roll out of bed and they just go to their desk. No, I get up, I make me coffee, I fix me something to eat, I straighten my bed, I make sure my room is clean, I, you know, tidy up around the house, and then I come into my office and I get to work. Like all my computer stuff is to the side of me over here. And I get to work. But so I'm getting up doing my normal morning routine, and I'm hearing the door knock. I'm like, who the hell knocking on my door at 6:00 in the morning? Knock. I checked my phone, and I got, you know, because I got an alarm, security alarm. So I'm checking my phone, and I'm looking at the cameras on the outside of the house, and I see somebody out there with a big old camera, like a big old hey Karma Diva, welcome, love. I'm just giving them a little backstory on what happened with the story about to update us on. Okay. And so I looked out my window, out my camera, and I see all these news people, news trucks in front of my house. The very next morning, I look at my phone and I see all these phone calls. I got all these voice messages. I get on my computer and I got all these emails from all these newscasters and news station reporters. And I'm like, what the hell is going on? I'm like, we just talked about this shit last night, and I got the news people at my door the next morning. Now I'm kind of scared because I'm like, oh shit, why are they really here? And then I didn't want to open the door. Plus, it was too early in the morning. All these white people outside my door with cameras and microphones. And I'm like, okay, just leave your card in my mailbox. I'm talking through my Ring alarm. Just leave your card in my mailbox. So eventually, every news station in the immediate area was hitting me up to ask, can they speak to me or speak to the parties involved? And they also wanted to take a clip of my YouTube video discussing the story. So I eventually gave permission to, I think, was it WWT Comedy? I think it was Channel 6, or
Yeah, it
I
was
know it
Channel
wasn't
6.
Channel 7. Yeah, it was Channel 6. And I
Mm.
eventually gave it to them. And the story grew legs from there. And that's why I always say you could be a YouTuber, you could be a IG personality, you could be on Twitter, Facebook, whatever, but you never know how far you are going to reach by discussing something on your platform. And to this day, we are almost at 10,000 views on that video of our show that we did. And as soon as it hit Channel 6 the next day, I said, now you can use our video Channel 6, but you have to give credit to the Hood Table. You have to, because y'all came knocking on
So
our
for
door.
sure.
Okay, you came knocking on our door. So, and that's exactly what they did. They said, now the Hood Table broke this story. And so they made sure that they showed our video and everything. They said Tanya and them from the Hood Table. So I'm like, yeah, thank you, thank you. But because I feel like when we use stories from the news, you know where they came from. You see it on the screen. It'll say the name of the station, RBXTUV whatever. So we know, people know we got get stories from the news. So I want to make sure that they gave us a shout out too, which they did. But
Right.
the story eventually went to court, and I'm gonna let Karma Diva take it from here and let you know what happened after it hit the news and what's going on now. Go ahead, babe.
So it's taken 2.5 years. This happened back in June of 2020. Um, and at first, I was going to the lawyer's office with my uncle. He wanted me present for everything, which I'm grateful for, to be able to stand up with him and stand for him. And we were going, and what has taken so long, because this case could have been prosecuted a long time ago, and life could have went on, but because this fell under a hate crime, they wanted to prosecute it federally, because they had just did that new federal hate crime. So they wanted to do it they wanted to prosecute it federally. Not only that, they wanted the right person from Washington, D.C., to come in and um, prosecute, to be the prosecutor on this case. So um, Biden, when he first got into office, one of the things he did was actually that new black judge. I can never think of her name, but he just swore in a new black judge for the Department of Justice, and that's who they were waiting on. So once she got wind of the story, it took on legs from there. Um, she and other lawyers from DC got involved, and this man, it pisses me off because he has never served an hour of jail time since all of this has begun. Never served any time. Um, he is for real crazy. If you heard what he said in court about black people ain't scared of Nazi stuff, but they scared of nooses, which is why he left the noose on my uncle's machine. Not only that, he knew he had to plead guilty because his DNA was already found on that noose he made. They had already, the local sheriff in Sarpy County, I wish I could think of his name, but he and his partner, they were awesome. But they sent it off for diagnostic testing because it was between this, what's his name, Bruce Quinn, and two other people that he hang with there at Oriental Trading. One of them is a supervisor, and the other one's just another guy that works there. And they all hang around each other.
So they sent the DNA away to confirm which one of them it was. So once his DNA came back, he had no choice but to plead guilty. Um, I wish he would have. I mean, the thing is, he pled guilty. He can under this federal hate crime statute, he can serve up to a year in prison and a $10,000 fine. But like I said the other day, when I made my video and when I was recorded by Channel 7, I said, so he can serve up to, not necessarily get that year, but my uncle has been suffering for longer than that. He's been suffering longer than that year. And he's going to continue suffering. He's going to continue having anxiety and depression and fear every time he turns a corner somewhere or he sits in a restaurant, he and his wife.
Because he thought he was being stalked or followed, and
He
right?
was. He was.
Okay.
Mhm.
Hmm.
Mhm. When that man got fired, he started following my uncle around town. I mean, I don't know how he got my uncle's address, probably because his friend was a supervisor. But, and that's allegedly. But he was following my uncle around town.
Allegedly.
No, that part is true. He was following him around town, chasing him.
Hmm.
Um,
No, I
and
was
it
just
was
repeating what you
scary.
said when you said allegedly. I was just repeating what you said.
Oh, I was saying allegedly that he got the address from his friend because he was
Right,
a
right.
supervisor. Yeah,
Hmm.
we don't want to quote unquote implicate somebody who may
Yeah,
or
we
may
don't
not.
want to do a Tasha K child because I ain't got $4 million like Tasha
I
K.
ain't got no much shit. I ain't got a dollar,
I
so
got $4. Okay.
shit.
Shoot.
But yeah, the man is crazy. He was pissed at my uncle because he got fired, and it's like, but nobody made you make that noose and put it on my uncle's machine, sir. Nobody
Can
asked you
you
to do that.
explain what brought that to be in the first place? Because I was trying to explain earlier before you got on that I think either they might have had words before, or he just didn't like your uncle, or what brought it to that point in the first place. That I mean, that's just some shit you just don't see every day. You walk around and look on somebody's seat and they black, and somebody done put a noose on their seat. Not in these days.
According to my uncle, he has had words with just about, and it's only about maybe 5 black people that work there at that on that shift. He has had words with just about all of them, and each time they, turn him in or say, "Hey, Bruce done said this," or "He done did that," the supervisor would laugh it off. "Oh, he just playing. Oh, he just kidding around."
Because they was cool, the supervisor and
Right,
mhm.
right, right. Um, so basically, they were just making complaints. Just the man was letting them. It was a piss and moan session where, oh, okay, yeah, you can tell me about it, but I'm not finna do shit about it. But thank you, Miss Hall. Yeah, my uncle, I have noticed the change in him, and anybody knows my uncle knows he's a big guy and he looks scary, but he is the sweetest, the nicest man you would ever meet. He loved dancing, which he can't do. And I mean, he's a
Like a
funny
big teddy
dude.
bear.
Yes. And when I say he loved his family, he loved his family. And so when, naturally when he calls me and he says, "Hey niece, can you run a story on this?" Of course, of course. Can you come sit with me at the lawyer's office? Not a problem, What time? I, you know, he is helped me in so many ways that he don't even realize. Like when my mom died last year, just him, he decided one day, okay, hey, why don't you and the kids come over? And him and his wife, when I said they cooked like it was Thanksgiving, I mean, there was ribs, baked chicken, fried chicken, greens, cabbage, just, I mean, whatever you could think. I was like, y'all did all of this. I was like, who else coming? And he was like, nobody, it's just for y'all.
Oh.
And I was just like, Uncle Keith, but
I've been
it was
taking a whole bunch of leftovers home. Let me get some of them
girl, okay.
cabbages.
They was trying, but I was like, I don't have no room for that food. But it was just so nice, so
Yeah.
unexpected that because I don't expect nobody to do stuff for me. I've never expected anybody to do stuff for me. Yeah, I do go out of my way to help other people. I do, but I never expect anybody to do anything for me, and I don't know how to accept a compliment or accept it in return. And that's something my stepmom has always said. She was like, you break your back trying to help everybody else, and somebody tries to do something for you and you don't know what to do. I'm like, I don't.
Well, does he feel like, I know they say he can be facing up to 1 year in prison for basically what they're calling, it was a hate crime. It was a hate crime. And he did take a plea uh for
And not
placing
let's
for
mention
placing
that
the
this
news.
is a historical case
Hmm.
because this is the first time that anybody under this new statute, this new federal statute,
Right.
this is the first time anybody has been prosecuted and found guilty of it in the state of Nebraska.
Right. And he did
So,
plead guilty to civil rights charge for placing the news on his co-worker's chair.
mhm.
So he did take a plea. They did say, like you said, he can face up to 1 year in prison. But what's the likeliness of him? Like what is your uncle? I mean, I know you don't want to give out everything, but do they think that he will really serve that year or
um, I think he probably will
Mhm. I hope
because
they
of
do. I hope they
his,
make an example out of his ass.
that's what we
And his
hoping
name is
too.
Bruce Quinn, by the way.
Bruce
And it's
Quinn.
in the paper. It's in the paper. But yeah, his name is
And,
Bruce Quinn. And I hope all the people who know you are
right.
totally like
Disgusted with
disgusted.
you and turn their back on you and
Yeah.
leave you for dust in the
Because
wind.
them are the type of people who be like, oh, I like black people. I got black friends. You know,
I got
that's
five black friends, yeah.
mm-hmm.
But
Yep.
I think so because of his courtroom behavior. He was even creeping out the judge. His lawyer, he was just saying some of the most, according to my family. I didn't go to this hearing, but said he was just saying the most outlandish, wild, crazy shit, and his lawyer kept having to tell him to shut up, and the judge too was, I mean, said it got so bad the judge pushed the button and had the sheriffs come in
So
around
was
her.
he like blurting out stuff? Was he like, I
Yeah,
mean, trying to act like he was, you know how some people try to act
and
like
trying to act insane.
insane.
I don't
Yeah.
know if he was acting or, but even when the sheriffs, when they interviewed him, when all this first started, I sat there across the table from the sheriff, and he said the man was so weird that he called his partner in with him because he was just
He
creepy.
thought they might have to tackle his butt or something.
Yeah, just creepy and unhinged.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
And see, them to see, and you never know. I mean, if he acting like that in court, if he acting like that to a judge, like I would be just like your uncle. First of all, I ain't never coming back to that job. And second of all, y'all need to make sure he ain't, because if he think he's being followed and stalked and stuff like that, come on now. Somebody better protect me and my family. And hey, Sislo, welcome to Friday Night Live.
What's
So,
crackalacking?
Wow, Karma Diva is giving us the update on her uncle with the news story and everything.
yeah.
Right.
So
Hmm.
anybody, what we are asking as a family and as members of this community and society, if you are in the city of Omaha or if you are going to be here, December the 2nd, Friday, um, come to the federal courthouse. We want to black that date. We want to black it out. We want to black that courtroom out. We want it filled with black faces so that they know we are not taking this bullshit laying down. We are taking this as serious as it is.
Well, you know I'm
And
gonna be there. I already took the day off and got it approved.
right, and that he has the support
Support.
of the community.
Yeah.
That hey, we are not gonna have this. This is not. I don't know what you thought was gonna happen, but it ain't gonna happen like this.
And you know
And
what, Karma Diva? Do
it's
you
at 9
recall?
a.m. at the. Hold on, I just want to say it's at 9
Okay, go ahead.
a.m. at the federal courthouse downtown. You need a government ID, which more likely it cannot be expired, so you can't come with no expired driver's license. It has to be current, and I'm saying they start
Oh,
at
you need an
9.
ID to go to.
You better get in into the federal
No,
courthouse.
I'm
Yep,
saying you have to have an ID to go to court now.
yep, yep.
Yeah, every
And
Oh,
ever since 9/11, they card you when you go, especially in the federal
I
buildings.
ain't know.
Yeah.
I ain't remember being carded, and we was at the whole doggone trial for Joshua Keto for that murder.
I
Well,
don't
No,
some
think
state,
it's
I don't think.
federal.
some
I don't know.
yeah, some state
Oh,
buildings
because
might not
it's.
do it, but the federal buildings definitely
Oh,
do.
okay. Well, that might have been a
Mhm.
difference because it was a federal. Okay, okay,
Yeah.
okay. I got you. Okay.
But it starts at 9. But I'm suggesting if you are coming and you want to see, you might want to get there earlier than 9 o'clock.
I'm gonna be there
But
at 6 o'clock.
well, hell, you gonna be there long because
I'll
he.
be there with a sausage, egg, and cheese muffin. I'm gonna have a sausage, egg, and cheese muffin and a caramel coffee for caramel.
And we are also going to we are going to make some signs
Oh, that'll
saying
be
that
nice.
his life matters. That this is a time where Black Lives Matters needs to be there and
Exactly.
needs to be present and supportive
Hmm.
because he did this to intimidate a Black life, a
Hmm.
man who ain't bothered nobody. My uncle
Hmm.
never bothers anybody.
Yep. And that man
And
knew what he was doing because, like I was saying
yeah,
before you got on here, certain people would have told that Oriental trading inside and out. Like we already know. But I'm
mm-hmm,
like, I said, I gave a shout out to your uncle because he handled that perfectly. Like the whole
mm-hmm,
situation, contacting the right people, he handled that perfectly, so that
yeah.
he doesn't get any charges on him for
Well, see,
retaliation
of
or
course,
anything.
I mean, naturally, he was pissed, he was hurt, he was upset, he was scared and
Yeah,
nervous and anxious. But between myself and my cousin, I can say that, you know, we were telling my uncle what to do in the background. Like, hey, we know because we want to go and get his ass too.
as of the law
Trust
attorney.
me. You're right. I'm
I
like,
believe it.
this is who you need to contact. So I put him in contact with Justin. I'm like,
Mhm.
hey, I went to high school with him. He's a good dude. He's always out in the community. He's a smart young brother and he's a senator. This is who you need to contact as an attorney. When he contacted Justin, Justin immediately was like, oh, hell no. He was like, wait a minute, hold on. And grabbed onto that. But he had other duties as representing other clients and being down there in the Senate. So he also put us in contact with some other lawyers who could assist and be more hands on. And we appreciate him so much for all that he's done for my uncle and my family.
Yeah, shout
Um,
out to Justin.
yes, yes,
Senator Justin.
Senator Justin Wayne. That is a good young man. That's a good man.
Yep. And you got a
Um,
question from the chat from Miss Hall. You see it?
okay, let me see. How long
She
was
said,
that?
how long was the man working there before they fired him? Do you know how long he was there?
That I don't know. I know he had been there some years too, because as a matter of fact, when he put that noose on my uncle's machine, that was the anniversary of my uncle. That was his work anniversary. That was his 4 year
His work
anniversary of work.
anniversary? Okay.
Hmm. That was his
Mm-hmm.
4 year
Oh, because I
anniversary.
remember you were saying he was just happy and excited about reaching his 4 years, and then
Yeah,
that happened. Yep.
yeah. And
Yep.
then to walk in and see that bullshit, that kind of stops you dead in your tracks. And then you like I said, it's not that many people that work the overnight shift as it is. And then for it to only be like 5 black people, it ain't one of them.
Right.
And then, you out there in La Vista, which is
Sarpy
basically the boonies,
County.
yes, Sarpy County. And those of us who live here,
I
and
don't like to
most
be
of
out
us
there
who
at
are
night.
black,
I don't like to be there in the daytime.
those of us who are black and brown,
Hmm.
no, you don't want to fuck around in either Potawatomi or
Don't
Sarpy
even get a
County.
speeding ticket over there. Mm-mm.
Right, in neither one of them counties.
Yep.
But I have to give it up to the Sarpy County deputies because they were on it. The Sarpy County Police, yeah, or the La Vista Police, they initially dropped the ball, but
Yeah.
them sheriffs, oh, they were on it. They
Well,
were
that's
on
good.
it, and I have to give credit where credit is due.
Yeah. Yeah. You have to. Because and
Yeah,
that's why I was gonna say, remember when right out okay, remember when we broke that story, right? And then remember when the other black lady came on our show because she wanted to speak to us too about her situation with the news? Do you remember that? At the Audemars
yeah,
Council
yeah, yeah,
Bluffs?
yeah.
Okay.
I remember.
And nothing ever it didn't go nowhere where your uncles went. And of
Mm,
course, she's not happy about that. I haven't talked to the lady in a while, but I can imagine that she wasn't happy with that. She was very upset, stressed out. She quit her job, and things like that. And she was like the top salesperson over there at the Automart 150. I think that's the name of it.
mm-hmm.
In Council Bluffs, selling cars and stuff. So that's why I want to say, this particular story, this particular situation, I hope they really do make a example of him because I think they dropped the ball in her situation.
And then also
They
you
believe
have to
her
be
because the guy kept
persistent.
saying, "Oh, that wasn't a news. That wasn't a news. That was, that was." It did look like a news to me and to a lot of other people, but they didn't. She didn't get the same fair treatment that your uncle got. So I really hope they make this, you know,
But she needed to be persistent, and I'm not gonna place all the blame on her, but in stuff like this, you have to be vigilant. You have to keep your foot on their necks and bring noise and bring attention to it.
And I mean, I remember there was protesting. She was doing all
Mm-hmm.
that. I remember there was protesting for months. I mean, there was protesting. They were, I mean, just all kind of stuff. Uh, Talking to people, interviewing people, and I don't know if she contacted someone like Justin. I mean, she lives here, so I don't know who she contacted on a lawyer level, but I do remember her doing a lot, to gain attention to the situation.
Mm-hmm.
But maybe we could bring her on for a
Follow
update.
up.
Yeah, because I really would like to know, like, because I haven't
Yeah,
heard anything about it.
and I would. I mean, as a black woman, I would like to know and support her.
Yeah, and we was supporting her. I was like, heck yeah, out there petitioning and all that kind of stuff out there and you know that's Kentucky. Shoot, you up there, a whole bunch of black people, hundreds of black people standing outside, and it's right on the you know what Audemars is? It's right on the interstate as soon as you get off. So that's all you see is big
Broadway.
Yeah, right there, right there. So I would like to know what ever happened with that. And what's up, Raymond? Hey, how you doing, Raymond Tackler? What forever? What's up?
Hello.
Yeah, I haven't seen your face in a minute.
But yeah, so Uncle's case, you know, it slowed down quite a bit, and it seemed like it was at a halt. But thank God, you know, the wheels of justice were still in motion. Just you know,
Yes.
it wasn't as fast as we wanted it, and like I told Unc a couple of times, we have to be patient because you know, like I've said before, you know, we want popcorn things to happen, but we need to slow down and let it cook in the oven instead of using. You know, we always want things in a hurry. You know, we got to slow it down. We got to slow it down.
He said, "Just relaxing by the water to clear my head." I heard that. Shoot,
by the water. What water you chilling by?
I wish we need to be by the fireplace.
Girl, okay.
It's like 30-something degrees at night here now already. And it ain't even Halloween. It ain't even Halloween. And my son talking about taking my grandson trick-or-treating. I'm like, if it's 32 at night now, it's gonna be like, I don't know about all that. Can we just buy
what the baby gonna do? Don't tell him you better not have that baby out there in that cold weather with all these nuts.
I told them to take him to our church's annual trick or trunk. He can just walk through the parking lot, go inside where it's nice and warm. They got games and all that kind of stuff, and hot cocoa, and you know, all kind of stuff. Marshmallows, s'mores for Halloween at our church in the parking lot.
Doing it.
Yes, they do it all the time, even during COVID, we was doing it.
But I'm just saying, because all these churches nowadays is, oh, we don't celebrate and endorse the devil. I'm like,
and I understand, but shit, Christmas ain't really the day Christ was born on. It's a pagan holiday, but we celebrate Jesus on. Okay, we ain't even gonna get into all that, girl, because we see each other. We see each other. But he said he in the VA area and it's 55 here. It was 55 here for like the high today.
Right.
No, I think he got to like.
Yeah, my brother, that's where he was he's initially stationed there. That's where his home is in Norfolk or Yorktown.
It was like 60 here, but it's supposed to be like 30 or 35 or something like that tonight. She said, "Yep, indoor Halloween event." I'm telling you, I don't like the idea of my baby been out there. And his costume that he's getting is like the Pillsbury Doughboy. So you know, it's gonna be kind of a warm costume, you know, kind of.
But it's always if it ain't hot as hell, it's freezing out.
Yes. But y'all, I don't know if y'all heard about this next story that we're gonna discuss. And thank you so much, Karma Diva.
You should have played some of the video, because that's our video. You could have played some of the video from.
That ain't the Hood Table channel though.
That is so. I said it was part of the Hood Table.
That's your channel, honey. This what I'll do. I'll download it, and then I'll download it as just a video because it is another YouTube channel. And
okay, well, let me say this loud and proud on here. I give the Hood Table Express permission to use my video and to chop it up and edit it.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing. Chop it up and edit it, and you know all that kind of stuff. But all that because maybe I should not edit it and leave in all the parts where you were saying. What did you say? Your cousins? Hey. What they say?
T.
Oh, can they?
Y'all, I'm here.
Oh, they get them. You
I'm
here?
here, y'all. Yeah, but give me a second. I got an important call. But
Okay,
I'm here.
okay, good. Because I want you to see this video, Sislo.
Okay, give me a
Okay,
minute.
And
so
she was
we'll
like,
wait.
"Oh, they ghetto. They ain't. Can they be?" I was like, "They can be ghetto. It's the hood table."
Oh yeah, that was funny. That was funny. I love it when people be coming over here and to the hood table and they be like, "Oh, we can't cuss, right? We can't." I'm like, "Yeah, you can cuss. I mean, come on now, it's the hood table." But I get what people are saying because some people um
Want to
they
be
can't
conservative.
like totally be themselves on a lot of
Okay.
people's platforms. And as I always say, it just depends on what type of show we're doing. Now, of course, if I'm up here interviewing somebody and conducting an interview, then of course we're gonna talk up here like, I'm gonna do my Barbara Walters, my,
Like we got some sense.
my Gail
Like
King.
look, like our mamas told us something.
Right, like my mama taught me something. But shoot, when it comes to Friday Night Live and stuff, ain't no we don't only censor nobody on Friday Night Live. It is what it is. We do what we do.
Oh,
Okay.
thank you, Miss Hogg. My uncle asked me to share that story because nobody else was listening to what he was saying.
Yeah.
And he knew that Tanya and I, we have a platform here, and that's what this platform is for,
Mm-hmm.
to get this information out into the community and to inform people of what's going on.
Yeah.
So it was my pleasure to put his story out there
Mm-hmm.
and to get it the get it the notoriety that it needed.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I thank
Absolutely.
you all for tuning in and um, for supporting him and our community also.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Without you all, this story wouldn't have went anywhere.
Yeah. Now, Karma Diva, I want to ask you. There's a few stories I want to discuss, but this one, I don't know if you heard about it, but
Oh,
okay. It's an army veteran, right? But he's in prison, so he's an inmate in prison. His name is Craig, and basically, I guess the guards are saying he got disrespectful with them, and they had to basically restrain him, whatever, whatever. But come to find out, he was tackled by a prison guard, and he suffered a broken neck, paralysis, and died. And it's such a horrific story, but not a lot of people have heard about this story. And I did share it on Facebook, but I just wanted to discuss it with you guys because not a lot of people know. But it happened in 2017. The veteran is 62 years old. A guard snapped his neck and left him to die.
thank you,
Just
Miss
left
Hogg.
him to die.
Um,
So I want to show this clip. And hold on, you said I was praying for your
yes,
family. Thank you, Miss Hall.
thank you,
I want to
appreciate
show
it.
this clip, y'all. And I don't know why. They put on here, they say editors note the following video contains graphic content. I didn't think it really contained anything graphic, but it is just kind of sad to watch. But let me make it big because I want to share it with you guys. But this is I try to bring some stories locally and some stories that we probably never heard of to our platform when we do our Friday night shows. So I thought this was something that I, thought people should see.
Okay.
So let me go ahead and share this. But this ain't the story that I want Cisco to watch, so she can come in late on this one. That'll be fine.
Mm-hmm.
We still love you, Cisco. We still love you, girl.
We still love you, boo.
Okay, here we go. So let me make it big. Let me move Miss Hall's comment. I'm gonna make it
Mm,
big so y'all can see. And I'm gonna mute myself. Let me make sure
On the morning of September 8th, 2017, Craig Ridley, an inmate at Florida State Prison Hospital, struck a corrections officer in the face. The officers tackled Ridley to the ground, face first. Ridley told them his neck was broken. The officers said he was faking. He wasn't.
Sergeant Meadows was attending counsel with him about his attitude getting up to go to work for food service this morning, at which time he struck Sergeant Meadows on the left-hand side of the face. I assisted Sergeant Nettles in placing an inmate on the ground right here. At this time, the inmate's refusing to walk to go to medical for his post-use sports physical and pre-confinement. He's got a wheelchair on the way. Dr. Scott, may need for assistance, sir.
3:33 a.m.
Yep. Don't let it fall out. Don't let it fall out.
He started telling them immediately that his neck was broke, but they wouldn't listen to him.
Please get it back. Please, you get the reading on your hand, longer than time, the longer it's going to take. All right. You move this blood pressure all the time. Realize.
I'm gonna cuff you, okay? Once you put your hands in front of you, after I have a cuff you, okay?
I think I remember hearing about this.
Yeah, they told him if your neck was broke, you'd be paralyzed, and you ain't paralyzed.
No, that's too far. I can't do it. It's too far now. Can you push me back a little bit more? Gotta get here. Such. Can you move my head to the left?
Stop.
Officers took Ridley to confinement, where he sat for 5 days, paralyzed and unable to move, with other inmates begging staff to help him. Trays of food piled up. Finally, an officer decided Ridley should go to an outside hospital. He was intubated and fell into a coma. A month later, he died. A medical examiner ruled the case a homicide. The causes of death were listed as blunt impact to the head and neck, a major spinal cord injury, and complications of quadriplegia, the paralysis of all four limbs. No charges were brought against any officer.
Ain't that crazy? You know what? I
remember hearing about this.
I remember hearing about it, but I didn't really I don't know why I didn't really like research it, or you know how sometimes you just hear about shit and you just like, oh, okay, you know, because there's so much
Mhm.
stuff in the news. But boy, I'm telling you, when I tell my sons or anybody who listens to me that is young, you do not want to go to prison. Like
Mhm.
the way I know that they aren't supposed to treat you like you God. No matter how much credit you had on the street, no matter how much money you had on the streets, how many people reported under you in the hood, all that goes out the door when you go to prison because you don't ever know if you're gonna come out of there alive, if it's gonna be the guards who's gonna kill you, if it's gonna be another inmate who's gonna kill you, if you get attacked or assaulted
Mhm.
or anything like that shit right there just makes me sad. Like it just makes me sad. And it's like, okay, I think a lot of these guards in jail feel like they can do what the fuck they want to do because a lot of these police officers feel like they can do what the fuck they want to do. They
Right.
behind bars. He talking about okay, the shit didn't get recorded, right? The attack, when they snapped his neck, broke his neck, that didn't get recorded, but everything afterwards did.
You said what?
Everything afterwards did. They was like, oh, nothing was recorded. You know, the whole incident. They
Of
said
course it
it
wasn't recorded.
hit them, right? So none of that was recorded. Him hitting them and them attacking him. None of that was recorded. But right after, they said everything else was recorded.
That's like when
Oh,
old girl got killed. Damn it. I see her Sandra Bland.
oh
They
yeah.
had been recording her from the time they stopped her.
Mm-hmm.
They recorded her all the way to the damn jail, recorded her being put in there,
Mm-hmm.
record, but all of a sudden, when she is dead, when she quote unquote hung herself, now ain't no videos nowhere. Ain't
Mm-hmm.
nothing caught on video. Huh?
Like,
Every
what a
second of this
coincidence.
encounter, every second of that encounter had been recorded up until, and then even afterwards when they pulled her body out, that was recorded. But
Mm-hmm.
you have no recording of her death. Are you serious? Are you trying? Who are you trying to fool, me or you?
Mm-hmm.
Because I know better. So you must be trying to make yourself believe it.
Mm-hmm. It's
Because
so
I
sad.
believe.
It is so sad. Like the shit that people be going to jail for. Like a lot of times I'll be looking at like people, even in the hood, people that we know, like we see stuff on Facebook a lot of times. And it's like, we know that person. What they done did.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Mm-hmm.
you guys have got to know that your life is much better, much more valuable. The air you breathe on the outside of jail than being on the inside of jail. Like back in the day, back in the, way back in the, it was kind of like this thing. Oh yeah, nigga, I got 5 years, I got 10 years, I did this, I went to jail. Ain't nothing to be proud about by going to prison.
I've never understood why people were proud to go to prison. Why
Mm-hmm.
people throw these big ass parties when they
When they
come
come
out
out.
of prison, and why these motherfuckers they not afraid to go back. I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
why do you? What is in prison so wonderful that you are giving up your freedom to be in there?
Mm-hmm.
What? What? Why do you want to? Why do you want to be locked up with a bunch of men? Unless, and
Especially if you really adore females.
even then, even if you are homosexual, I don't know too many of them that want to be locked up in there either. Just because there's a bunch of men
Yeah,
don't
with a
mean
whole
that
bunch of
they're attracted to
unfamiliar
all of them.
penises.
Yeah, just
With a
because
whole
they
bunch
don't
of
mean
unfamiliar
they're attracted.
penises, okay?
But I don't get why you continue to go back and forth in this revolving door of prison. What I mean, I know some people, because they started out their lives in prison so young that that's all they know. I get that. There are some people who are that way and they don't know how to function in normal society. I get that. But there are quite a few, most of them are not like that. You've had your time out here on the streets and this and that. So why are you so anxious about going back to that mud? I don't get it.
I don't either. Like I said, I didn't have my scares back in the day where I was out there just doing whatever as a young person, who sometimes didn't have a care in the world, but let the sound of jail, shit, that care in the world became a, okay. You know how you tell your mom and dad, I won't do it more. I promise, I promise, I promise, I promise.
Right, but see, I love my freedom too much. I'm not finna be going back and forth to jail. And I done told people over and over, I'm too cute to be in jail. Period.
Girl,
I'm too cute.
man, I'm telling you, it did not. It shit. I ain't trying to go to jail, but I know somebody who deserves to be in jail. Girl, did you hear about the story? And if you have any stories you want to talk about or anybody in the chat, y'all know y'all are more than welcome because that's what we do on Friday Night Live. We discuss stories, we discuss our own lives sometime, and just just chit chat sometime too. But did you hear about the little boy who's 8 years old? His name is Jason Charles, and he is in intensive care right now at the Arkansas Children's Hospital, recovering from burns across the back of his body. His body has 80% burn. How do they say that? 80% of his body is covered in burns. Now, they don't know exactly what happened, at least, for the last time I checked, because this story just hit yesterday. But an Arkansas family is demanding answers and accountability after their 8-year-old boy was severely burned. Evidently, he went over his friend's house. White people. He went over his friend's house because they were supposed to go to Magic Springs the next day with his friend. And when he left home, when he left the home, the white people home, he came home with 80% of his body burned. Now, no police was called, no ambulance was called, no rescue squad, nothing was called by these white people. Now,
was the kid complaining of pain or anything?
Girl, listen, girl. They said Jason and his friend was roasting hot dogs when a fire erupted. They said no one at the friend's home called. The family believes Jason's race played a role in the lack of urgency in his treatment and attention to this case. His mother said that her son called them and hung up. So his father called back and he heard his son screaming in pain. So the mom and dad rushed to the little boy's friend's house and found him covered in Vaseline and plastic wrappings. So now the third grader is in Arkansas Children's Hospital intensive care, recovering from burn wounds. They had to resuscitate him twice. He's breathing through a tube through a ventilator. He is suffering from brain damage, kidney failure, and has undergone several surgeries, including the removal of 5 inches of his small intestine because he got that life-threatening infection called sepsis. So just picture this, Karma Diva.
I'm picturing, look. I'm picturing my baby he's in the hospital in a coma, and I'm in jail because I done went over there and beat the shit out of these people.
Girl, I'm picturing this. Not only that,
and that ain't no laughing, ha Karma Diva, no.
But see, that's one of the moments.
Serious than a motherfucker.
And I'd be proud to say I was behind bars. That's one of the moments where people.
Now at that moment, I would be proud to be behind bars,
girl. But what I'm picturing is a little boy at my house, any child, black, white, Puerto Rican. I don't give a damn what color because I am not racist by far. But a little boy come over to your house, and let's say he burned his damn hand on the iron because one of my sons done burned their hand on the iron before as a child. We immediately took him to the emergency room, and it was 4th of July, and he was about 11, maybe 10 or 11 years old. It was 4th of July. We was heading to my grandma's house for a cookout, barbecue, pop, firecrackers, and he burned his hand on the iron on the way before we left. So I stopped what I was doing, emergency. But that was a little burn from a, you know what I'm saying? But to see a child at your crib, and first of all, let me backtrack, I'm a diva. Do you let your 8-year-old barbecue by themselves?
Barbecue by themselves? No.
Roasting hot dogs?
Even when we have done stuff like that, I'm right there.
You right there. But they talking about they was roasting hot dogs.
I know I'm there because I'm an adult and I want to be there and be present in case something happens.
And the water hose, even when, I don't know how you do it, but I know you got a fire pit just like I do, and we like to sit by our fire pits during this type of weather. But I have my water hose close by, because that's what you're supposed to do when you have a fire pit.
I have the water hose
or something,
and a bucket of sand.
Right, just in case you have to put a fire out. So I'm thinking to myself, these white people have this little black boy in their house. How the hell 80% of his body get burned from his back on down if they roasted fucking hot dogs?
They pushed him in there.
Or the little boy did it, and they trying to cover it up. Like, who in their right mind stops what they doing and says, oh, get the Vaseline. Oh, let's wrap them up in plastic. 911 was not called. Rescue squad was not called. The boys tried to call his parents, and the phone hung up, which means they hung up the phone while the boy was trying to call his parents. And then they sent the boy home.
Girl, like I said, when I went to go retrieve my child, the mama and the daddy was finna get their ass whooped too.
It'd be some furniture moving.
It was finna be some smoke, some real smoke in the city.
Oh, it would be, Jesus. I'm telling you.
Hey, bro.
We don't play with our kids, Lord knows.
You know how I am about my children and about, you know how I am about all the kids that be in my yard.
And you know what's funny, when your kids, when you be talking stuff like, certain things, and your kids be saying shit like, man, if that was my mama, it's like your kids even know how far you will go for them.
My kids know that there is no limit that I won't go to protect them and to make sure that they are done right by. Like I said, last year when that big ass woman come over here and her daughter had been starting all that shit with the kids that's usually over here, like I told the lady, keep your daughter on your block, because the little girl didn't even live over here. All the other kids live over here. Keep your daughter on your block and it won't be no problem. But then she had the nerve to come up the next day and be in my child's face yelling. My daughter called me and she said she just sat there and told her friend it's about to get real ugly. And she was right, because I got issues with my balance and walking. My daughter said, Mama, I don't know how you made it from the porch to the parking lot that fast. Because my babies was involved. And that big bitch, I mean, when I say a big bitch, she was a big, big bitch. I mean, like 320 pounds. And your big ass is standing over my child yelling. No, bitch, you got life all completely fucked up. Because, see, I'm the mama here. You come and talk to me. You don't say a motherfucking word to my child. You don't say monkey shit, piss, cat, dog, nothing to my baby. You come and talk to me. And as a matter of fact, like I told her, matter of fact, you got a problem with any of these kids out here, you come and talk to me. Because the siblings, the little boy and the little girl, they brother and sister, and they parents don't speak English. That little boy, his grandma take care of him. So she can't get around as much. And then that one there is mine. So therefore, all these kids out here is mine. Now, you keep your crazy ass daughter on your block and it won't be no problem. But you and her come back over here starting shit, I have no problems fighting a kid. So you and your daughter can get fucked up.
Man,
Don't
I'm
play with
telling
me.
you, I sat and I watched this story and I looked it up in different areas of YouTube and I read different articles, and the only thing that I can come to the conclusion is I think maybe, and I could be wrong, but I think maybe the child, the 8-year-old white boy that the black boy was visiting, it sounds bad to think about it, but what if they were just monkeying around? You know, I don't want to say they purposely threw the child or purposely got him in the way of fire. I want to say that maybe there's a
I mean, I think maybe
possibility it might have been some
they
monkeying.
were just playing
My child
and
can't
the
cook
kid
on the
may have
stove.
fallen.
My child can't do a lot of shit by themselves when they was around that age. When my child was around 8, I'm telling you, it's so funny. I'll tell you, I was one of those parents, but when they was like 5, 6, 7, I let them take baths by themselves, but I made them keep the door open. They could keep the curtain, but the door had to stay open, and every like 3, 4 minutes I'd be yelling, "You okay in there?" They be like, "Yeah, mom." They playing with their toys, splashing bubbles, splashing. They doing
I
their
thought
thing.
I was the only one that did
3, 4
that.
more
No,
minutes. Nobody.
I let them shut the door, but it had to be cracked.
No,
And
that door was wide open like the Red
no,
Sea. And
I let them have it cracked for the simple fact that yeah, they want their little privacy,
they
but
ain't getting no damn
also
privacy. Nope.
no, but also it keeps
That's
the
what the
heat
curtain
in
for.
here. Think about getting out of the damn. No, when you get out of the tub, it'd be cold when you get out that water.
I ain't give a damn.
So
That door was not about to be shut because and then like I was not even saying, "Are y'all okay?" I be
it
like, "Are you
wasn't
alive?"
latched.
I be like, "Are you alive? Are you breathing?" I would say all kind of stuff, and they be like, "Yeah, mom. Yeah, mom. We okay. We okay." Child, shut the door while the kid in the tub. Hell no.
It wasn't latched. It was just
Max, I
cold.
don't care. I did not. And that door had to be open sesame, open.
Mm-mm.
Like, nope. And then I had to make sure for my comfort, I had to make sure because kids do shit. They be under the water. They be laying under the water, putting their head under the water, seeing how long they can be underwater. There's all kind of shit. And you can't, I need to hear toy splashing and playing and talking to yourself or your fake friend, invisible friend. I got to hear all that shit. But with
Just
this
because they
particular
flashing
story,
don't mean they was under there. But
let me get
yeah,
my cord. Hold on, y'all.
it just that's heart wrenching too.
It is
And
very hard.
it's scary and that's crazy because my daughter just went to her first slumber party, 2 weeks ago, and they still talking about it. How much fun they had and this and that. And I think back to when I was little and we had slumber parties, and it was always so much fun, being with my friends. But
I can have
because
slumber parties.
I watch too many damn crime shows, and I was telling my daughter and she was looking at me like I was crazy. But there was a reason. I was like, "Here, take this taser with you. Keep this knife inside your pillowcase." And she was like, "Mom, where do you think I'm going? What do you think I'm doing? I don't give a shit where you're going. The
I
fact
could go
of the
to
matter is,
sleepovers.
I've seen too much stuff on TV. I've just seen too much. And like I tell them when they leave in the house, I cannot make another you. I can't get another you. There's not a store I can go to and say, hey, let me get another baby diva.
And even if you think that you know that you are sending your child to somewhere safe, somewhere where they be protected, somewhere where somebody will treat them maybe not like you, but as close as they can to how you would treat your kid. Shit
Right.
still happens. Shit still happens. And it's just crazy how it happens. But in this situation right here, I can picture the father, the mother running over to that house, knocking the door down. I can picture it because as a parent, I would have been at that door after I called the hospital. I mean the 911 and all that kind of shit. Oh, we coming to see you. We coming to see you. Y'all got some splaining to do.
Oh
So
no, see,
Debbie,
I would let them know when the rescue squad is en route. Send the
let's
police
stop by their
too.
house because we're gonna need to pick their asses up because they're gonna be on that back of that damn rescue truck too. Because how you not this boy
Who applied? Whose idea was it to put Vaseline on? Who applied the Vaseline and Saran wrap? Who did all of that? Let's start there. And how you as a
hold on.
parent don't know any of this has gone on.
Hold on, let me hold on, let me pull this picture up.
I don't want to see it.
Okay, Carmel Diva don't want to see it, y'all, so I ain't gonna show y'all.
You can show it to him. I don't have to wait. I can
No,
close my eyes. No,
because if you think they don't show his face or anything, they just show his back. They just show his
go
back.
ahead and show it. Go ahead and show it.
Okay. All right.
Just tell me when you take it off.
Okay. All right, y'all. That's a good picture right there, y'all. I'm not even gonna leave it up here long. But that's his back. That's the little boy's back.
I've said before, if you want to piss
It's
me
gone,
off,
Karma Diva. It's gone.
okay. If you want to piss Karma Diva off,
Let me
there's
put it
three
on the top
things
of
you
my
can do. There are three things you can do. You can mess with a child. You can mess with somebody disabled, or you can mess with the elderly. One of them three things is gonna get you fucked up by a Karma Diva. Period.
Um, I'm just telling you, Karma Diva. I be like, okay, where my bro at? Where he at? Because what did he call us? What is our church called, Karma Diva?
Girl, I don't know that name of the church is so long.
Bro. Cislo. And I don't know where Cislo went. She said she went to take a phone call. And I think she done went to the stove.
Right. All I know is back in the day when we was in Proud to Be, and we used to remember Katrina used to do the church update. I was always
we had some epic times and Proud to Be from our group. And you know that group is still around, right?
Is it?
But they don't have nowhere near.
I'm sure they nowhere near as fun as when it first started taking off.
It started 12 years ago, and us vets was in there. Oh man, we used to be up all day, all night, 2, 3 in the morning. Talking about we got to go to work. Why we still in this damn group talking shit all night?
Right. We would have storylines that just, man, it was. We formed a family in that group. We literally formed a
shout out to Shane Nunn. Shout out to Shane Nunn who created the group.
Right, it is big head ass.
Yep, he created the group like 12 years ago, 12, 13. I think it's going on his 13th year.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
It
Mm.
was, we had a family in that group. We had genuine love for one another. And, I have formed, through that group, I have formed some of my best friendships that I've ever had.
Yeah, a lot of the people that I met in that group, I'm still cool with to this day. Like when I had my housewarming party after I bought my house, a lot of people from that group came to my housewarming party. And we haven't seen each other in a long time because of COVID, just life period. But it was a nice, to see a lot of those faces that I haven't seen. Because from the Proud to Be from North Omaha group came our grown folks group.
Right,
So a
right.
lot of the people kind of rolled over into our grown folks group. So yeah, it's kind of nice. We done made some long lasting relationships from the group that Shane created. Proud to be from North Omaha. So kudos again. But yeah, what's this? October. So yeah, they had their picnic this past was it September or was it August?
August, usually.
August. Yep, they had it this past August, and next year is going to be Omaha Days. So
Mhm.
again, they're going to have the Proud to Be from North Omaha picnic again. Like
Yeah.
it's usually like the same weekend as Omaha Day. But and then marking them, they have their dozens of cousins. It'd be so much shit going
They
on.
do that every year. And
Yeah, they
that's,
do that every year. Like, oh
and
my
they
god.
are, if I'm not mistaken, they are the largest
Mhm.
black family that has
In Nebraska.
continuously had a reunion
Mhm.
in the United States.
Now, as
They
far as the
have a reunion
reunions,
every
they
year.
got the award for continuous reunions, but as far as the largest family, that's in Nebraska. So they got that in Nebraska, but as far as their continued consecutive reunion year after year after year, they are on like their 104th or 103rd.
I don't know, but I know it's in the hundreds.
Yeah, I think
And
it's
the
103rd.
story of it, if you look it up, I believe you can Wikipedia it.
Oh yeah, I know
But
the story.
the
Yeah.
story is beautiful.
Mhm.
That the mom had those kids, she had her sons, and she made them promise to always stick together and to get together every year. And them and their children have continued that tradition since then.
Unlike some families, because I swear we had people in our family who told us the same thing. But as soon as
We
we try
try to do it
to
in my family,
we can't.
but
Our
see,
family,
like
ooh, child, I ain't even gonna speak about my family. Go ahead.
my family in Texas, we're like that. We are, I mean, let me see. I'll just start with Papa Tommy and Mama Daisy.
Mm-hmm.
They had 12 kids. My great grandmother is their oldest daughter. She had 12 kids. Her sister beneath her had 10 kids. That's just two kids with all of them grandkids. Think about that. And then all the other siblings and their kids. And I mean, when we get together, we literally have to rent out like a lake or something like that because there's so many of us. But I'm so proud when I do get to see my family. We are huge. But
And I
I do
like that
wish.
when families come together, but even still, for a family to come together on their level every year,
Yeah,
it
yeah.
be thousands of them here every single year in Omaha, and it be from Friday. Well, no, it starts like Thursday and Friday, and it goes through Sunday. And I mean, they pack the
Mhm.
lake out. That's where they meet up. Is at the lake, and every family,
Yeah.
I love it. Every family, generational wise, from each greats, they have their own tent. So it'd be like 13 tents around Carter Lake, and for to show every child, the
See,
greats,
the way we do it is we
beautiful. It's nice.
we start from Papa and Mama, and so like my great grandmother, we call her Medea.
Mhm.
So all of Medea's kids and grandkids and whatever, We all wear blue t-shirts. All Aunt Tilly's kids wear purple. Aunt Lula's wear green. You know, so, and we have done that since we started having these reunions. And that we know what branch of the family you are from.
That's what I meant
But
to
we,
say. Each bring their own tent for the dozens of cousins. Because they call it the dozens of cousins because it was 12 of them. So they call it, it's 12 branches. So that's where
yep.
they got the dozens of cousins from. But I know they're on like year number 1,103 because before COVID hit, girl, I'll be dead. But before COVID hit, because you know, a lot of people know I'm a personal cake decorator. Before COVID hit, I was making their cakes for their Christmas parties and for their annual reunions. So the last cake I made before COVID was their 101st anniversary. So yeah, this got to be the 104th one that's coming up. But then I made their cakes for the 100th anniversary. Then I made their Christmas cake several years in a row. But yeah, it's a long time. Shout out to them because, like I said, a lot of families, some families, they do that. And I'm not saying families can't get together for your reunions, but for 104 years straight, and everybody comes from all over, and the ones who moved away, they come right back here to Omaha. And it'd be so fun. Like, how many have you attended? Like, remember we used to attend them all the time because Mark, you know, he's in our grown folks and in our proud to be, so he would invite us. And he'd be like, just come, just come, just come. I'm like, I don't know all those people. Shoot. You know, we would come and we would bring our
I
lunch
never
there.
went. I've never
And,
as
you
many
know,
as many of the family members that I know, I've never been. I've never been.
but see, you come to
But
find out, when you get there, you realize that you know people in that family. But
yeah,
when he was just like inviting us, I'm like, dozen cousins, what? And so, but when I got there, I'm like, what? You related to Mark? You related to Mark? You related to Mark? Like, and then
yeah,
Gabrielle.
I just seen Mark's nephew in the grocery store the other day. And the funny part was I had been knowing his nephew way before I ever even met Mark. And the reason I found
Before
out
you
that
met,
he was his nephew,
that's what I'm
yeah,
saying.
before I
Like,
met
before
Mark.
you even knew they part of the dozen.
But no, the reason I found out is because Mark had posted a picture. You know, they always used to go down to Leavenworth Cafe, and he had posted a picture, and I was like, "Oh, you know, so and so," and he was like, "That's my nephew," and I was like, "What?" And I said, "Man, I've been knowing that dude since he was like 15 years old."
Yeah.
He's like, that's my, and then I looked at the nephew and I'm like, he looked just like Mark.
They all
He,
favor. A lot of them do favor. Like,
no,
they.
he big old yellow dude with them funny eyes, just like Mark.
Yes, and just, you know, to be related also to Gabrielle Union, like, you know,
Yeah,
Gabrielle Union is a part of the dozen of cousins, but to be able to say you are related to somebody really famous, you
her uncle
know,
just
it's not.
died.
I mean,
They just had her uncle's funeral too the other day.
they have so much, like, not just related to somebody who's very famous, but not just that, they got, you know, a lot of well-known people in their family, and a lot of people who are well off too. They got doctors, they got lawyers, they got people in very high places in their family. So they come from a, what do they call it?
Well to do.
A nice the word for
Upbringing.
roots, lineage or something like that. Lineage or something like
Yeah.
that. But yeah, it's a lot of them that's doing a lot of big things. And even Mark, I mean, I've been knowing him for a while, and he's not like famous or anything, but I just
Hell
see
no,
the things
that
that
nigga
he
ain't
do.
famous.
I see the things that he do, and I'm like, dang, you always
He
doing
is.
something, you know, with your job
Yeah.
and all this, flying here, flying there. Like, you know, they have a lot of good people in their family, and
Mm-hmm.
you can learn a lot from their family. You can learn a lot because it's hard. And our reunion, our last reunion that we did was right before COVID hit. Well, a few years before COVID hit, and I planned that reunion only because a lot of people in our family had never been to the South, and a lot of people in our family from the South never been up north. And my great grandparents, they had 16, 18 kids, like a few of them died. So it's like 16 was left. And a lot of them had never been past Mississippi, past Tennessee, and wouldn't think about going that far. And a lot of us have never been down there. And so as the years progress and people start dying off in our family and things like that, like the old heads and stuff, we was like, fuck it. Me and my cousin Tiffany was like, fuck it, we gonna throw a big grand reunion and do it down in Tennessee and Memphis.
Like I said, on my mom's side, we did it all the time. I mean, we had one almost every year. And so fine. And on my dad's side, we just get together. We just be barbecue kicking or whatever. But we finally
never did that. We ain't never did that. So for that first year,
finally had an actual reunion, and it was huge. It was huge. We in what is it? It was some park way out past like Elkhorn, and it was right by the river. And when I say it was probably, it had to be close to 300 people there. And we had a ball. We did. I mean, we always do talent shows and stuff like that, but we had like big trophies, big money, big prizes that time. And it was, I mean, of course, we gave flowers to the elders that were there. We made sure that they were taken care of.
Well, I got to give a shout out to the people who put those things together, because like I was saying, me and like probably 4 people put this big reunion together that we've never had before. None of the old heads was helping. It was us younger people who was like, dang, why everybody else having
my cousins, my younger cousins, they did this. They put it together. The old heads didn't have nothing to do with it. It was the younger cousins, and I shout out.
Our old heads didn't have nothing to do with it, just because. I don't know. It was like, okay, they was down for it, but I don't know. I think once you get like a certain age, and if you ain't done something already, you kind of like, you know what I'm saying? Once you get in the 60s, 70s, or whatever. But we did a great job. And you talking about somebody from Omaha. From here, I had never been to Memphis in my life. I had never been to Mississippi in my life, even though that's where the majority of our family still lives to this day. So for us to plan a family reunion, as big as it was, we had probably 300-400 people there for our first big grand. We called it the North-South reunion. That's what we called it. And for us to put that together, and I'm like, I don't know nothing about the places down there, the rental places to get bouncy houses. I mean, DJs. I mean, it was really some team effort. I had to reach out to so many cousins and uncles and shit down there, but we eventually had our reunion. Girl, we got a set of brothers who bought a park from the city. Not for our reunion, but they had bought the park like a few years before that. It was just a park that the city probably just gave up on. They didn't want to, something like that. Yeah, maybe they had issues with it. I don't know. But they bought the park. It has a whole big ass pavilion on it. I mean, it has 2 houses on it. It has a lake. I mean, it's beautiful. So that's what we had our reunion at their park. Like, who owns a park? Like, how the hell you buy a park? And it's not just a little park. It's not like Coons Park or something like that. It's like Benson. It's like a huge park that they bought with houses on it. I'm like, houses. Damn. And it's beautiful. Got kitchens, and I mean, there's all that kind of stuff. So it was really, really nice. And they want to do it again. And I was just like, I have to. I know a lot of things is opening back up, or has been, after the COVID hit us real bad. But even with the flights, like people not being able to get on their plane for 2 days, waiting hours and hours overnight. I gotta wait till everything is just great, because I'm not about to have a whole bunch of people flying in and having all these horrible experiences trying to get back home.
The thing is, you can't control the flights and the weather. It is
But no,
what
I'm
it
talking about
is.
this period of time. I know on a normal basis you can't control that shit, but do you watch the news? Like over the last like maybe 3, 4, 5, 6 months, a lot of people will go somewhere and they can't even get back home. Like they just sitting
Mm.
and sleeping in airports and shit. Like it's been really
They
bad.
tried to do that when we first was going to Honolulu. They tried that,
See, that's what I'm
and
talking about. It's
I
everywhere.
flipped. I flipped the fuck out when I say I didn't. You know what's funny is I
Mm-mm.
flipped out, but I didn't. I wasn't yelling or nothing, and that scares people because
Yeah,
I
please
was
don't
like,
get kicked
"Look,"
out of the airport by the off chair.
I said, so y'all changed my flight information. You failed to notify me in time. I have driven 200 miles because we flew out of Kansas City because it's cheaper. And I said,
That's what we always do. We fly to KC. Hmm.
and you sit here and you wait until I get here and then tell me that my flight has already left and now me and my children are stuck here in the airport. I said, where the fuck do you expect me to sleep? In my truck? Is that where I'm supposed to sleep? Because I don't have that money to sleep in the hotel. That wasn't part of my
And they
budget.
want to reimburse you. That's what they want to do. Reimburse you. Hmm.
But the lady, that was the lady at, no, that was the dude at Priceline I was going off because I give her all credit. The
Oh,
lady
okay.
that was working behind the counter, she was cool than a motherfucker. She was working and they
So
gave
you
us
go through those
company.
companies that offer you like deals. You don't just buy from the airport the ticket.
Yeah, I go through them companies.
Okay, okay.
And usually I don't go through Priceline. I usually go through Expedia. I've been using Expedia for about 10 years now.
Yeah, I don't use none of those
And
companies because it's hard sometimes to get your money or reach somebody or something when you're in a bind.
not when Expedia has usually done right by me, but the thing was Priceline had cheaper tickets for us to
Hmm.
fly to Honolulu.
Hmm.
So it was like, okay, I'll use them. Never, ever again. Cause like I said, he talking about, well, there's nothing I can do. There's nothing. What the fuck
And
you
that's
mean?
what
There's
some of
nothing
those
you can
that's what some of
do?
those companies do that you go through for those. I don't go through them because you could be sitting there, no flight, no nothing. You can't prove that you bought a ticket or nothing, and those places are supposed to help you with that. And a lot of times
Oh
they
no,
don't do
I had my proof that I had my tickets. I had my confirmation numbers. I had receipts. Don't fuck with me. I'm not new to this.
it.
And
I'm
the
true to
lady was
this, bitch.
okay. I didn't want to go there, but
I'm glad you didn't. You
but the
say
lady
it to
behind
another
the
day.
desk, she hell, she gave us three options. She was like, okay, y'all can have how many rooms you need. I said, oh, I need 2 rooms. She said, okay, pick which hotel you want to stay in for the night. I was like, what? She said, yeah, we're giving you a complimentary since, they're acting like they can't help you and they didn't notify you of your flight change in time. I was like, thank you. So, usually by airports, there's hotels, and Kansas City got a million of them. So we found one. We found a nice, decent hotel. We had food delivered to the room, and we had the hotel wake us up in the morning on time, and then I left the truck with the mister because he lives there, so why pay airport parking fees when he can park it at his fucking house for free? So he had taken the truck, and we just used the shuttle from the hotel to the airport the next day, and that in the hell, I was kind of happy we didn't get that first flight because we would have had like 2 or 3 layovers. Whereas this flight, it took us from KC to Chicago, and literally from Chicago all the way to Honolulu. We had no more stops after we got on in Chicago. Although that was a
That's what's
9.5 hour flight.
That's a long flight. I can't do it. Mm-mm.
It was a
I'm
very
scared
long
to
flight.
fly an hour away. I'm scared to fly 2 hours away. But over all that water and all them hours, I can't do it. I will never see
That's
like
why you take Xanax.
Xanax. What they gotta do with the ship fall in the water? What does Xanax gonna do?
Ain't hey, if whether you high or not, ain't nothing you can do. So
But I'm just saying,
if,
I'm
if
already
you
terrified to fly an hour or two, 9
that's
hours.
why
Ain't
you
no
take
good
the
Xanax
Xanax
in
to
the
help you
world.
calm down.
Do I gotta take it
It
every
helps you
30
calm
minutes?
down.
Do I gotta take it 2
No,
days to call you in the morning? Or will it, I mean,
girl,
does it
look,
last for
I'ma
24
tell
hours?
you now. I'ma tell you now. You take 2 of them, you good. You
So
are
am I gonna
good.
sleep? Because that's one thing
Yep,
that that's a problem I have on a plane. People be
you
like,
gonna
"Oh,
sleep.
just go to sleep. Just put on your headphones. Just I
Why do
can't."
you have a problem with that? What's
No, girl. Let me tell you, don't ever take a trip with me on a plane. I'm telling you now, because I'm the one that's sitting up there like this, back and forth. Every little noise. What was that? What was that? Did you hear that? Wake up! Wake up! Wake up! How y'all
mm-mm,
sleeping? Y'all don't feel that? I mean, I'm that person. Like I
hell
cannot
no.
sleep. People be around me snoring and
I would put
food at the mouth.
Xanax in your drink and you would
No,
be out.
you better do me like Bill Cosby did to them white girls. I'm telling you, I just can't. I cannot sleep, and I try when I get on the planes, and I try, and I be so, and then my heart be just my heart rate.
Hell,
I
on
mean,
the way back,
it's bad.
I really wanted to punch the lady next to me. I wanted to take a syringe and shoot her with a air embolism, something. Cause this bitch was getting on my last
What did she
motherfucking
do?
nerve. We first got on and she talking and she wanna talk and this and that. So I talked to her for a second. And then I put my earbuds in. She tapping me. Oh, excuse me. I need to go to the bathroom.
Mm-hmm.
They're coming with the drink carts and I want to come back before. Bitch, I don't care. Just go.
Mm-hmm.
So she comes back and then she gets her drinks. I'm like, okay.
Well, how
Now,
many
like
times
I
does a
said,
drink car come around on a 9.5 hour ride?
they come around 2 or 3 times
So not
and
like every hour
the
on the
food was
hour.
nasty.
I
Mm-mm.
don't fuck the food. Just give me peanuts. I bring my own peanuts. I'm talking about the liquor because I'm gonna need a shot like
Oh
every
yeah, you can
hour.
order liquor. That ain't nothing. Hell, you can order
Okay, because
liquor.
I'm like,
You can. I mean, they come through with the cart, but then if you need another one, you can order it from your seat. So,
that's why I don't know. People be flying to Hong Kong and England, and
but
I just can't do those long trips.
look, this bitch was sitting there telling you I'm not playing. So she done already tapped me to get up and go to the bathroom. Then she taps me to come back. Then she wanna sit and show pictures on her phone. Bitch, I don't care about you or nobody in the motherfucking pictures. I've been traveling for 12 hours at this point.
Oh,
I I don't give a fuck. So
oh, you
I
said
put
you
my
don't care about nobody in no damn pictures. I don't care if it's your
no,
grandbaby.
not a single one of them motherfuckers. And so I'm like, okay. I literally lean my head on the seat in front of me and go to sleep. Now I'm asleep. This bitch taps me and tells me, oh, well, you're leaning on the seat in front of you. You can lay your head on my shoulder if you want. Lady, I don't want to.
Hold up, Karma
No.
Diva. So what you trying to tell us? And she said, "Lay your head on my pillow
Better. I
and
mean, just
just
about
relax,
that.
relax,
Pretty much that's what it
'cause
boiled down
it
to.
was made for you."
I was like, no, I'm good. Thank you. She was like, oh, well, here, let's straighten your lady, leave me alone. You just don't know. I'm already
Lay
irritated.
your head
I'm
on
on
my
this fucking
pillow.
flight. Cause see, on the way back, we were literally traveling for 19 hours.
She want to tuck you in, girl.
I'm like, if this old white bitch don't leave me the fuck
She sounded like
alone.
she was grooming you, girl. She sounded like she was grooming you. Next, she's gonna be tucking you in, putting your feet up on her lap.
She got the wrong one. Cause bitch, ain't no grooming this way. I'm about to fuck
Oh
you
my
up.
God.
Then she wanted to tell me, oh, your phone, that's a nice big picture you got there. Look, bitch, it is a cricket. Go to Cricket, go to Walmart. I don't give a fuck. Go to hell for all I care. Leave me alone.
You know what, Karma Diva? I was probably her on my plane trips. I was her. Because I know for a fact I probably irritated the shit out of people, especially every time some turbulence would come. I'm like, hey, y'all hear that? What was that? What was that? I'm like, all these people trying to sleep around me and they looking at me crazy. Like, even my own kids, like, Mom, go to bed, go to sleep. So I believe I was her.
I'm not even playing. I started to tase the bitch.
Now you know you ain't supposed to have no taser on the plane.
Oh well, they should have caught it. You know that little one I got, the one that looked like an ink pen. My kids was like, "How the hell you get?" Look, I went through.
Look, off the plane, and I would have seen you.
I went through. Look, it was in my purse the whole time. I done been in and out of TSA, all kind of shit.
Are you trying to get Griner, Karma Diva, in Honolulu, or wherever the hell you was?
Look, that ain't my fault. They didn't catch it, and I took it for a reason because
I'm Brittany Griner. What the heck?
I'm traveling with my kids.
Don't you ever do that again? I don't want to see
you been to Chicago. Look, I done flew to Chicago. When Mama was sick last year, I flew to Chicago with it. Why? Because I knew I was gonna be in Chicago by myself.
How you get through the thing though?
Through TSA.
I mean, with a taser, how the hell? Even if it is that
it looks like an ink pen. It looked like an ink pen.
Still, they don't know.
Apparently not. That ain't my fault. Hell, and wait a minute. Here's the funny part. The taser made it through TSA, but they took my daughter's clear seal and her bottle of water.
I couldn't even get in the courthouse with my skull breaker. I couldn't even get in.
It's small and it's shaped like
what it was. Like
it looks just like an ink pen. So
hold on. Let me grab my shit so I can show y'all what the fuck. Hold on, keep talking. I'm gonna
show you. I'm gonna grab mine so you'll see what I'm talking about.
Okay, grab yours. I'm gonna grab mine.
That didn't sound good at all. Grab yours and I'm gonna grab mine. Paul Allen, yeah. See, I'm not sure who you are, but they are. Everybody here know I'm not rap type. And
I was trying, you know what we grabbing. I ain't trying to grab that kind of stuff. Okay,
and I was traveling with my babies, and I knew we was gonna have to be in LA for a while too. And
I couldn't go into the courthouse because of this.
I done been in the courthouse with it too.
And they let me go with this though. See, this looks like a key, but it's more than just a key. So I was able to get in the courthouse with this knife. But
I've been able to get in the courthouse with knives before.
They stopped me with my skull cracker. I was surprised they even knew what it was because I had put my gun in the car.
I've had those flat razor blades, the kind like like somebody who does like floor tiles and stuff. I had the flat one, and
I ain't got that.
I used to put that in my
Don't be shaking your head at us, bro. He looking at us like, y'all roguish. I already know what he thinking, y'all roguish.
I'll be wearing my steel toe boots and get through with that on.
I went to the damn courthouse one day And I'm like, okay, of course I can't take my strap. So I put my strap in the box, leave it in the car, get out the car, grab my keys. As soon as I put my keys to the thing, they said, now they gonna hold it up in my face so everybody can see. Now you can't bring this in here. And I'm like, what's that?
Oh, here it is. I was digging for mine.
You can't bring that in here, but they didn't say nothing about the knife that was looking like a key. I had to walk 5,000 miles back to my car to put my skull cracker back in there.
Looks
yeah. See, you know what, Karma Diva? I'm so scared to get pulled over. Not pulled over.
Look,
I still wouldn't take it. I wouldn't take
no. It'll light up when you first turn it on. Look.
I still wouldn't take no chances because I would be the one. Oh, hell no. I would be the one who they be like, oh, what you got on you? Get on the floor. I'm like, but my knees bad. I need help.
Everybody be like, oh, that thing is so small. I'm like, it don't need to be big. All I need to do is stun you long enough where you stunned, and then I can commence to whooping your ass.
Girl, I'm telling you, I don't want to get caught up with any type of apparatuses that you ain't supposed to have. So I would just not even take it because I don't want to even get caught because I don't want to go to jail. I don't want to be Brittany Griner trying to explain, oh, I forgot I had it. I didn't know I had it. Like, oh, it was medically prescribed. I don't want to. I don't want to lie. I don't want to go through that.
I took it. Period.
Bro, that's your sis. That's your sis. Now, I don't know what happened to Sis though, but she had to jump off. But welcome to the show, bro. I want y'all to see this story that I wanted Sisto to see as well, but she said she had an emergency, so family because she had to jump off the show. But I don't know if y'all heard about the two dads that got arrested for shooting at each other. They had road rage and they were shooting at each other and they shot each other's kids that was in the car.
No.
Did y'all hear about that? Okay, well let me pull this story up. Let me pull this story up so y'all can check it out. Because this shit is unbelievable. I mean, I'm just like I done seen it fucking all. Like these motherfuckers.
And while you pulling it up, I just want to say, TSA agents, I ain't trying to get nobody in trouble. I wasn't trying to hurt nobody. You see, I left it in my
purse. Hey, they don't know when you went. They don't know what time you went. They don't know who the agent was. So
except for when we got to LA, I did pull it out. Why? Because we was on Hollywood Boulevard with a bunch of weird motherfuckers walking around, and I had my children with me. Now, I did that because if one of these motherfuckers even look or sniff in my kids' direction, yeah, I was gonna fuck them up. And because we was in them Ubers, and because we was in California, and California motherfuckers is crazy. They weird. And hey, I had to protect my kids. I am top flight security of the world.
Well, let me play this.
Protect them at all costs.
Well, let me play this story because a lot of times people haven't heard about things that happen around this world. So we're going to present it to you on the table. So I'm going to hit mute and play this little story. It's only 1 minute and 51 seconds, y'all.
A News 4 Jax viewer sent a cell phone video as they drove past two men who were pulled over in Nassau County, and you can hear them yelling. You can see several people standing outside multiple vehicles after two girls were shot. The Nassau County Sheriff's Office also released dashboard camera video recorded after the shooting.
I'm doing the call. Y'all did. Do me a favor. Let's take care of your daughter. Just stay right here. Absolutely. Okay? I'm all about taking care. Oh my God.
Look at me. You're okay.
As a deputy applies first aid to the daughter of one of the drivers, 43-year-old Frank Allison, he tries to explain.
We're on our way home. These two are from Georgia. They're Clay.
I know, sweetie.
I would never, ever put her in this position.
Bravo 1301, be advised, fire rescue. They're going to have a trauma alert to.
Do I have to run in the ambulance?
Be advised, we have two patients.
I'm just sorry. We just want to read you your rights so that way you are aware.
Also on the dash cam video, a deputy reads the other driver, 35-year-old William Hale, his Miranda rights.
Do I need to have an attorney? It's totally up to you. We're not going to be asking you any questions. We're just letting you know of your rights before so that way you understand it.
Frank Allison and William Hale are now charged with attempted murder. Sheriff Bill Leeper says the two were driving erratically and brake checking, slamming on the brakes in front of each other. It started on US 1 in Duval County and ended in Nassau. A 5-year-old girl was shot in one vehicle with minor injuries. The 14-year-old was shot in the other. The teen went to the hospital with a collapsed lung.
Can you believe that shit? Like,
a collapsed lung.
She had, yes, one of them had a collapsed lung. Like, both of these fools had road rage, and they both started shooting at each other, even though they both had kids in the back seat.
And you know what? That reminds me of these fools that fly. They just be flying, passing you, zipping in and out of traffic. And you ain't got to slam on the brakes because there's a red light. And it's like, you happy? You went nowhere fast.
Nowhere fast. They be speeding to get around you, and then y'all both get to the next light at the same time because traffic ain't really going nowhere. But I done had experiences where people have brake checked me. Like, I don't know why. It ain't like I did something, but they just want to play with you and they brake check you. I don't know, because remember that thing back in the day when people used to try to get insurance claims? They were trying to brake check you so you could hit them, and then they file a insurance claim.
Mm-hmm. You talking about back in the day? Hell, they still do it.
Well, I'm just saying, that was a big thing though back in the day. It was like a big insurance scam.
Damn.
Yeah, that a lot of people used to do back in the day. But
where the volume go? Or is that my phone? Tanya, you're muted.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm like, fuck that. You like, when people be brake checking you, like if you hit them and they try to say you liable, then you got to go back and forth, trying to prove what they really did. And that's why you should always have a camera in your car.
Yeah,
they don't even cost that much. They don't even cost that much. You can put them onto your rear view mirror thing or window, and you know the class, what do you call that thing? It just stick on there, the suction cup or whatever. You can put it on your window and record everything. They even got the 360 ones. Like a lot of people who do Uber, they have the 360 cam. So, or is it I think it's called 180 cam, and it like records what's in your car and also what's outside of your car for your safety. So I think everybody should have a dash cam in their car for situations like that. But
mine just two cameras, and one points to the front and the other one you put it on the back. And so that on the back.
And they lucky. They are so lucky. Like the little girl, the 5-year-old, she got shot in the leg. And
they were 9 and 14. They said 9 and 14.
Yeah, the youngest girl, she got shot in the leg. And then the actually they said she was 5. They said she was 5. I'm reading the article now. So it might have, I don't know if it sounded like 9, but in the article it says she was 5. But I don't know, 5 or 9, it don't matter. But she was shot in the leg, and then the other one suffered from a collapsed lung. That's crazy.
All of that, and what did you get?
Just trying to cut each other off. Yeah, trying to cut each other off, brake checking each other, trying to, what do you call it, Karma Diva? You said it in the last story where everybody's like, they trying to be like, have the biggest balls, or trying to, you said something that was something like that. But, you know, they trying to see who got the bigger, I don't know. I don't know exactly what that phrase is called. but you know what I'm talking about. Like
Well,
they
right
trying to,
now it sounds like they was
they
having
both
a pissing.
men, they both men. They just trying to see, who.
They having
Uh,
a pissing contest.
that's what you call. That's what you said. A pissing contest. Thank you. Thank you. That's what they were doing, having a pissing contest by trying to cut each other off and brake checking each other. They was flipping each other off, giving each other the middle finger. One of them threw a plastic water bottle at the other one, and then one of them grabbed a 45.
And it's like, okay, so y'all driving and you mad and this and that. So what? Go on past that person and keep moving. I just read a story last night or this morning where this white dude, this black pastor, they was having road rage and going back and forth with each other, and the pastor pulled over, and I can't remember why he pulled over, but he pulled over. White dude pulls over, comes over, pow, shoots the pastor in the head and walks off. This man was a pastor at a church. He left behind a wife, 4 kids, and 2 kids and 10 grandkids. Now you did all of that. You took
And I
this
said,
man.
no.
You took this man's life, and for what? Now you ain't gonna be able to drive no fucking where.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
His family
But
will
the
lose
fact that they
one.
had kids in the car, bro, they had kids in the car, and they said, I'm reading another story, and they did say the girl was 5, and they said she got shot in the leg, and then the other 14-year-old, she got a collapsed lung, and they said, oh my God, that is just like, what if they would have murdered each other kids, like all because y'all having a pissing contest? That's currently we call a pissing contest. That's crazy.
So a 5-year-old caught a slug in the leg.
Yes, a 5-year-old caught a slug in the leg.
A 14-year-old got a collapsed lung.
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm.
Because you got
and neither one of them was hurt. Neither one of them was hurt.
Right. That's just like I say about these people that drive all crazy and do all that shit. I tell my kids all the time, I said, these are the ones. I said, they cause accidents, but they never get in them.
Mm-hmm.
They cause these accidents, but never get in them because they doing all this stupid shit.
Mm-hmm.
Driving up on your ass, then zipping over in this lane, zipping over here in front of you, zipping back and then slamming on their brakes and shit. And you just like, what the fuck? Where are you going?
Yep.
And half the time they ain't going no fucking where. Just driving stupid.
Mm-hmm.
Or them dumb motherfuckers that do that swerving shit. That is the stupidest shit I've ever seen.
Mm-mm.
And then when I start seeing them doing it in funeral processions, I was like, what the fuck? How was that honoring the dead person? I remember it was an older lady, I believe here in Omaha. She was like, well, that's part of their culture. Bullshit. They just started making that shit up, and you stop standing up for bullshit.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Y'all better do it in my. You better ride the swingers and go curb check inside.
Well, there's some noise. Is that a fan? Is that something in the background on one of y'all? It's like
bro. I hear it every time bro talk.
I don't know, something in the background or something.
I hear it.
But I just want to let people know right away while we got a little break that the student loan forgiveness is now. Y'all know that Biden have been talking about it. They've been talking about it in the news about that student loan forgiveness plan. If you got like 20, you can get like $20,000 paid towards your student loans or something like that. If you got under that amount for your student loans, then basically they will be just paid. So if anybody has some student loans and you can't pay them or something like that, y'all better get on there. Y'all got because I'm sure gonna sign up. I'm sure it's the debt relief.
What Smokey say? God put this here for me and you. Take advantage, man. Take
Take
advantage.
advantage. Take advantage. Because I'm sure going to take advantage because I do got some student loans still out there.
They
Sure.
already paid mine. The government paid mine when I got on disability.
Shit. I wish mine was paid. I don't want to be disabled to get them paid, but I feel you. Hey, any way you can get it. And like I say, there's certain
that was
situations.
$26,000 I did not have.
There are certain situations where you get into that you do not ask to get into. And if you are offered some type of supplemental assistance, take that shit. Because I'm telling you, when I was younger and I was having problems, when I was younger with my kids and paying bills and food, shoot, I was taking the food stamps, I was taking the Medicaid, Section 8, all ain't too proud. Okay, I ain't never too proud. Never.
Thank you.
I ain't never been too proud of anything. I stayed in the projects, I stayed in Section 8, so getting WIC and all that kind of shit. Ain't too proud. Me and my kids gonna eat, honey. My kids
when it comes to your kids, people, you need to get your pride up off your back.
My kids will never starve. Not on my behalf. They ain't gonna ever starve or be homeless.
Right.
Not if I can help it.
Right.
Shit, not if I can help it. But yeah, y'all go ahead and get on that. If y'all got some student loans that y'all need help with getting paid and stuff, get on that. Take advantage.
You gotta hurry up because it's over at the end of the year.
Yep. You gotta have your shit turned in. You gotta have your shit turned in by the end of the year, your application and everything.
Is that better? Are you still hearing the
you perfect.
Oh yeah, it's a lot better.
Oh, that's because I had on my earphones and them things get here and piss on cotton. So
yeah,
I got my ceiling fan on. So that's what you was hearing. You was hearing the whirlwind of the ceiling fan. It was picking up the motor of the ceiling fan. And I can't even hear my without them on. I don't know. What the hell y'all doing? What you say?
We just on here, talking a little shit and also giving a little tea to the community.
Yeah, my bag last week. I had passed out. I was crashed. I was a crash dummy. I looked up. I went back to look. I was like, sis cut me off probably about 10 minutes for the shindig. I'm like, them niggas was on for 4 hours. I'm like, oh yeah. I
we
was
gone for a long time last week, and then Isaac came on, and it got longer.
We had a little debate and everything. That was a good show. That was a good show.
Okay, yeah, girl. I don't know what the hell been going on since then. It's so much crazy shit been going on all over and everywhere. Even down here, these fools been down here. They've been clowning, just all kind of just doing too much. Just running, drunk driving, killing folk. Just the dumbest shit. Making bomb threats and playing with these folks, knowing how people are already on the edge about their kids, and just stealing catalytic convert. I mean, the dumbest shit. Folks down here getting their face, getting closed casket deals, and I mean, it's like it's beyond the wild wild west right now. That's real talk. It's crazy. It's like okay, it's like the purge before the purge. Like y'all practicing the purge. Like, come on, man. Like, come on, y'all. We got to get it together.
Well, I think so let me put up my little banner.
Spend the night thing turned into a diaper
make
bag.
sure,
that is too funny. I seen that bullshit earlier. I fell out. I was like,
don't even hear me, do he?
It's getting cold outside. Don't let that spend a night bag turn into a diaper bag, y'all.
What's up, Connie?
I had to read it. I had to read it out loud.
Connie.
Hey, Caramel.
What's up?
What it do, baby boo?
What's up, Bishop? What's going on with you?
You already know what it is. Day to day. I can't complain.
Slide on through. Show a little bit of love for a little bit of minute.
Well, thank you. It's always a pleasure to have you on here. We was just talking about the student loan forgiveness plan that just opened up. You can now apply today to get your student loan for like $20,000.
Yeah.
of debt relief or something like that.
Okay.
So,
What I'm gonna do with the other 110,000 I got?
girl, well, see what had
What can I
happened
do? What
was.
can I do, Shawty?
What had happened
do?
was, see, I got my shit. I know a lot of people got some high ass shit. My shit was high too, but it's down to about, I think it's down to about 12 now because I've been paying on it forever. But my shit is down to like 12 now. So if they give it to me, I would be so like.
See, I was blessed. I never my student loan wasn't that high, and shit, I never paid $1 on that motherfucker. But when they offered it to me when I first got on disability, I was like, oh, okay. They already told me I couldn't work, but they was like, you can't go for 2 years, and you can't go back to school for 3 years. Well, fuck, if I can't work, what's the point of me going to school? So
Right.
I'm not gonna be doing that. So yeah, I'll take this plan here where I have to just sit at home. Okay.
Yeah. And see, my part of my problem is I was in default for like 6 years.
Mm.
And it really, like, I accrued a lot of interest. It was just a whole big, so it was partly my fault, but the loan itself, it was a big loan. It was like too much. Like that Fannie Mae,
See, I never did Fannie Mae,
not
but I
Fannie
had
Mae, not
Sally
Fannie Mae.
Mae.
It was Sally Mae, not Fannie Mae. I'm
Yeah,
saying
that
Fannie.
bitch.
It was Sally
Sally
Mae.
Mae go to hell.
Yeah,
And
that's
then
Sally
she
Mae.
turned it.
That
It
girl.
turned into something else.
Her real name should be Karma. That what it should be, because that's exactly what you're gonna get whenever you sign up for Sally Mae. That
Man.
interest was crazy.
Yeah. Yeah. I think my interest was like 18% or some shit.
Yeah, it was totally, like, mine was at 21 at one point.
Mm.
Yeah.
Well, I guess it's they open it up, but it's saying here because when you click on it, because I'm looking at it now. When you click on it, and it says apply now, it says the application will be available on and off
See, I can't
between
crash the
now
system.
and December 2023. So you literally got like a year to do this shit, right? And it says if you try and it's not available, yeah, they said the application will be available between now and then, next December. And if you try and it's not available, try again later or wait until the application is available to all borrowers. Don't worry if you don't get a chance to apply right now. There's no advantage to applying before the full launch. So it's not a full launch right now. So I think what's happening now is you can click the apply button. But when I click the apply button, it doesn't take you to the application. So remember when they had this shit, something like this before, and the system kept crashing? So I think they only allowing so many people at a time to apply. Because when you click apply now, it just tells you if you're trying and it's not available, try again later. But you got till next year. And this is not the full launch. So people don't panic if you don't get to apply right now. So don't panic. You got till December 2023.
We got to start panicking.
Child.
Like we did with the toilet, like we did with the toilet paper. Like we did with the toilet paper and the alcohol.
I've been there, the toilet paper and the alcohol. I was like, why the fuck? Why people was out there getting tissue, and toilet paper. I was up there stocking up on liquor and Cheetos and cornflakes and like I need some grub. We need snacks. I was telling my sons, you go to this store and get the paper towels. You go here and get tissue. I'm gonna go to Walmart and get us some snacks and liquor. With shit. I mean, people buying up toilet paper and tissue like crazy.
You gotta be able to keep your ass clean and some food in your stomach. I don't give a damn what the hell going on. And some water. If you ain't got no clean water,
me and Mama would go, and we be in line behind each other and had the kids in between us. And that's how we stocked up. And then every month we would always, just go get some more. And shit, I had so much.
That's what I did.
In my garage. I need to start doing that again.
Yeah.
That's what I did. And whenever
I
I
was
got to
just
a place
thinking
where I
about
knew
it.
they had some, I would hit people. I always made a post on Facebook saying they got tissue down in here at the dollar store on such and such street.
It was crazy.
Mm-hmm.
It
It
was a
was.
crazy time.
And then my brother he was in Virginia at that
Hey.
time. And he was, he in the military. And we had to ship toilet paper to them
Same
because
thing happened with me.
they
I
in
was
fucking
living.
Virginia and there was no toilet paper anywhere, like in a 50-mile radius for them.
Same thing happened with me. I couldn't find no Lysol. I couldn't find no toilet tissue. I couldn't find none of that stuff. My mom them had to mail me in a box. They had to mail me a box of items, like things that we needed at the time because we couldn't find it.
That was ridiculous. I had never
Yeah.
seen
It
anything
was a
like that
big
in my
wake up
life.
call for me. So now I just keep everything stocked.
It was a wake up call for me too because I'm like, okay, I don't know how many of y'all got a Sam's card, but I stay like really far from Sam's, so it's kind of like, okay, I'm going to get out there. I'm gonna get out there, and I hardly make effort to get out there and stock up, and I'm paying for this card every damn year. So that was a big wake up moment for me. And then after that, Sam started giving out free cards, free one year membership, so people could come up there and stock
I
up.
need a Sam's card.
We don't have Sam's up here. We have BJ's.
BJ's, is that kind of like
like
Sam's and what's the other one?
And Costco. Same
Costco,
thing.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have Costco either, but see, my
See, I
dad,
never heard
I
of
used to
BJ's.
do it.
But they got different stores and different, like I used to work for this telemarketing, and that's how I heard about HEB and some of them other
from
stores.
like in Texas and all down there.
Yeah.
Yep.
I had never heard about those stores.
My
I
cousin
always
was
thought
telling me about HEB. Yep. She lived
I always thought our stores was like everywhere,
And I was so surprised that people up here didn't know nothing about Food Lion.
I never heard about Food Lion. I never heard about a lot of those different stores. But when I worked at this telemarketing, I had to do surveys, and we had to call customers who shopped at these places and ask them stupid questions like, "How clean was the store? Would you recommend it to a friend? Did they have? How was your experience?" It was like stupid survey questions. And I'm like, "What the hell is a HEB? What the hell is a Food Lion?"
No, I was tripping when I was in Hawaii. I was tripping. They still got a Safeway.
They still have Safeway in California too.
Yeah, it's a HEB is Henry Edward Butts. It's the Butts family.
Oh, okay. So Hinky Dinky. We used to have a Hinky Dinky. Was that part of a bigger chain?
Yeah, is that like I think Giants. I think they was part of either Giant. I think they was either Giant or it was somebody. Hinky Dinky was part of.
Yeah, Connie, I heard about IGA. What's the one my bro just talked about? Giants.
Giants, yeah.
And Piggly Wiggly. I
heard about Wiggly. Oh, I've been seeing Piggly Wiggly when I go to Arkansas.
Yeah, Piggly Wiggly
down there.
Down there where I'm from, Piggly Wiggly. You got
IGA. I didn't hear about none of those stores until I started working at that telemarketing place, and I was like, "Ooh, all these different."
Hey, on the strength, I'm trying to bring back the infamous House of Poetry.
Don't you say we do not want no House of Damn Poetry, Connie.
What is that? They still got the buckets in the aisle for the leaks in the roof. They got the buckets down the aisle.
When I say, have you ever been? Okay, let me ask y'all this: have y'all ever been into a nursing home that smells so
rancid? Just rancid.
It smelled better than the House of Poetry.
I know you got dang online.
Look,
when you walk in the store, you can smell the old meat.
If you can smell it before you got in the store, what are you talking about?
I don't know what it was. I don't know what it was. If it was old meat or blood.
It was the blood. It was the blood.
And then
them
was the sewage, man. You know that man. That old Jewish man didn't give a damn. It was money. That man sold every part of the pig, from the snoot, from the ass to the nostrils, to the eyeballs,
to the toenails.
chicken
But
claws,
it was
feet,
like
the
old
neck.
blood that was just wasted down in the
And it
different
smelled
little
like that.
containers
Like, I don't know if they
in the
didn't clean the place,
bays.
if they didn't pine
He
saw the
was
place.
on pig
Like
ass.
they literally, I think they literally, because not all places like that kill the food.
Yeah, they had roadkill. Them
I think
niggas would
they
get
killed
roadkill.
everything there in the back. And for some reason, it just smelled like death in there.
And y'all
Yeah.
kept going there too. I bet
No,
y'all
Yep.
I
kept
didn't show
going
up there.
there.
It was my
The
grandma.
neighborhood
Cause you
My
know what
grandma
they
and my mom
and
would
they
drag
had
us there.
look, they had deals on meat that you could not
basically.
be the meat bundles, man.
No, that was
That's where
Harold's. That was
Chubbs,
over
that's where
part of that.
Chubbs got the meat bundles
Chubbs
from.
got
Not a
but
meat bundle.
No, they
Not
got
a
them from
meat
Harold's
bundle.
over in East
Jesus
Omaha.
Christ, I never heard of a meat
You can
bundle.
buy you can get a meat bundle and you can pick which
Okay, in what kind of way though? Like what comes in
it
the
was
meat
like
bundle?
5
Give me
pounds
an
of this,
example.
5 pounds of that, 5 pounds of this, 5 pounds of
20
that.
So you can
pounds
get
of
5 pounds. You can get 5 pounds of ribs. You can get
Yep.
5 pounds of ground
Like
beef.
beef,
You can get
sausages,
5 pounds of chicken,
feather
chicken
Right.
bones,
thighs,
pork chops. You can just pick
Sausages.
pig's feet, chicken feet. You can
I
get
know
chicken
she
feet.
can't never say that word right.
Okay, how about now this how I know it's a country store. Can you get chicken necks?
Yes.
Yeah, they had all
All
that.
right, then we in the
Absolutely.
Yeah,
We in
they
there. If
sell
I get some
chicken
chicken
feet.
necks,
What
They
bro
sell
Yeah, that
chicken
was
feet.
Harold's.
Bro said everything from the rooter to the tooter to the toenails.
Yep.
He wasn't playing.
We
That was
might
a
be
house
from
of
the
poetry.
Midwest, but a lot of us people from the Midwest came from the South.
Yeah, they can't. Yeah, most of these cats up there, most of them up there back in Nebraska is either Arkansas, Mississippi,
Or Tennessee.
Louisiana,
Or
or
Tennessee.
Alabama. No, it's more Louisiana, Arkansas,
so
Alabama.
y'all basically cook like people from the South then.
Exactly.
With like the meat pots,
my family
the
is
bean
from
pots,
Mississippi and Tennessee. My family's
Oh
from
well, you know
Mississippi.
Tennessee. Yeah, they up in there too.
They cook. I mean, all my life, I had to eat pork. Like
But
all my
with
life, I
them
mean, it
dozens of
was pig
cousins
nose,
though,
pig
Not
snout,
it's
all
pig
my
Mississippi.
ears, pig
life.
toes, pig tail, pig eyes,
You know
pig
what
butt.
I want? I need to go to a pantry. I want some of that damn canned pork. That shit is good to make
No,
stew with.
no.
Yes, it is. It's good to
I ain't
make a.
had no canned
Not
meat
no
since I left
can.
home.
No.
I ain't had no
Just made
canned
my
meat since
stomach
I
hurt.
left home. No.
The only thing
That's
can that I
good.
do cook with regularly is because my husband's Jamaican, so he like to put like corned beef
Oh
inside
yeah,
cabbage.
there it
Yeah,
is.
corned beef and cabbage. Yeah,
Yeah, that's
that's
Midwest
the
thing right
Irish
there.
Oh, that's
meal.
a Midwest swing too.
Oh
That's the
yeah,
Irish
corned beef
meal.
and cabbage.
That's a
Yeah,
Jamaican thing.
And
That's
I
a
don't even
big
like
Jamaican
that
thing.
stuff. I don't like that beef.
It tastes so
yeah,
good in
corned
the
beef and
cabbage
cabbage. If you
though.
cook
Like
it
every
right,
time St. Patty's Day come around, I make
that's
my
just fire,
cabbages
man.
with smoked neck bones or something like that. I don't do
Yeah,
that
that's
beef.
how I was raised
The
cooking it.
corned beef.
Yeah.
If you cook, like when I cook my corned beef, like my dad, he slow cooks his in the oven.
That's how
I
you
do
do
mine
it.
in the crock pot.
Mhm.
Man, that shit just, I mean, when I say
I ain't
fall
never been
apart,
satisfied with any type of way of it being cooked. I do not like corned beef. I just
I like when you fry it on the skillet and you get like a little skin on it and they have like that
Mhm.
fried skin layer at the bottom.
I
And you
can't do
scrape
it.
it off and eat it with some grits, man. Oh man, that thing
Mm.
tastes so good. We got them little potatoes
I
in there.
can't give it now. Carmen, when you cook some and see if I like it. I'll try
I'll
yours.
cook some. Yeah.
But no, I would throw some smoked neck. I don't know. I'm a smoked neck bone girl. I'll throw smoked
She
neck bone,
want
some
some neck
greens,
bone.
some pinto beans, some
That's what she
cabbages.
get good neck.
I throw some girl. Like,
Childish. You is so childish. You is stupid childish for that.
smoked neck
That's
bones,
She
girl.
didn't hear me.
I heard her.
That's
Yes,
Some
I went
childish,
like
neck.
this.
man.
I heard you.
I am
Shoot.
so
You know
done.
what? You know what I've been doing recently, y'all? It's gonna sound real cray cray.
Uh-oh.
You know how you get the pigtails, right?
Oh
Get the
Lord.
pigtails, It
Not
the one
really.
that I
I
buy,
ain't
the
had
one.
them. I ain't had them since I was a little kid. But
But
go
listen,
ahead.
I wasn't eating them.
She got
I wasn't
pickle
eating them for
pigtails.
years. Years, Tanya. I wasn't eating them for years, and then I saw them in the store. I'm like, man, they're so cheap, man. Let me go ahead and try to do something with it. So at first, I was putting it in my 15 bean soup, but I was like, you know what? Let me try something different with it. Guess what I did?
What?
Boil that sucker, boil that salt out that sucker, and season after I boil it down, right? Get all the salt out of it. Season it down to your taste
Mm-hmm.
and put barbecue sauce. Cut it up in pieces. Cause each tail, you can cut each tail like in 3 pieces.
How many tails they give
Barbecue.
you?
They give us about in a pack. They give us about 4 or 5 pieces. So I basically buy like
4
3
little
packs,
piggy
3 packs
tails.
at a time. I
You get
buy
4 little piggy tails.
4 or 5 piggy tails in one pack. So I buy like 3 packs, right?
I'm good.
After I boil them, no, wait a minute,
No,
Carmen.
I'm about to come visit Connie. See, I'm
I
gonna
chop
try
it up. I chop it up. I season it to my taste, and then I put barbecue sauce on it and put it in the oven and let it roast with some butter.
Wow, I ain't never
And
heard
that
of that.
mug tastes so. You gotta let it roast really good.
Now, you have a Jamaican husband. So
No.
Jamaicans, they do eat a lot of different things though, but I thought they weren't too big
This
on
was
pork.
my idea. No, they love pork. They love
Really?
pork. Oh
So
yes,
that's
ma'am.
only if they're Muslim, right? That's only if they're Muslim.
I never met a Jamaican Muslim yet, but
Okay,
okay.
okay. Maybe I'm getting my cultures confused.
Yeah, it might be a little confused.
Jamaicans eat almost everything, like every part of the animal,
like Bishop said, from the rudder to the
Really? So what's like his favorite meal? Is it a Jamaican dish or is it American dish?
Jamaican curry chicken or curry
See,
shrimp.
I like curry chicken, but
Give me the
sometimes
rice and
I've
peas.
never
or
had
curry shrimp. Or
anything with
actually
curry.
his favorite is escabeche.
sometimes it be too hot and I
It's
can't eat it.
escabeche. It's a fish, like red snapper, and they cook it on top of the stove in a skillet. And they cook it, the whole fish. They cook the whole red snapper and they put like all the seasonings on it, like the bell pepper, the onion, the carrots. So they put all that on top
They
of the
put
fish.
all that in the skillet?
Yes.
Oh,
And
wow.
they season it to taste and they add a little bit of ketchup.
Oh,
Yes, I'm telling you, girl, I would like that too.
ketchup
Hey,
and
let's put no
fish?
ketchup on my darn food,
So
man. While they
no
cook
Red Devil, no
it was
Louisiana, no Red Devil?
child. They don't know what they know about Louisiana and Jamaica.
I'm just saying that.
Girl,
You gotta have
that
the R&B
escabeche,
on
girl,
the Louisiana hot
that
sauce.
escabeche is so good.
So your husband don't know about Red Devil?
No, he don't know nothing about like they have their own pepper sauce. They call it pepper
Oh,
sauce.
really? So
Mm-hmm.
do you have to order a lot of stuff? Like
Well, we
to suit his taste, or do y'all have like a lot of Jamaican stores or a lot of
have Jamaican
Caribbean
stores, but a lot
stores?
of them is so expensive because they have to ship things from over there. So what we do is we just get our family from his family from over there. They just fill barrels up and they send them. And then we get barrels and we send stuff off back to them. Like stuff from over here. That's how we do.
Barrels.
That's how you supposed to do that.
Big ass
anyway.
barrels, blue barrels.
Yeah, barrels.
Yeah. Well, that's
Big
how
ass
my
barrels.
bestie in Florida. There's a lot of things up here in Nebraska that they don't have down there since she moved to Florida. So she had people send her like care packages all the time, so she can have like
They
a
ain't
taste.
getting no feather bones
Taste the
down there.
home.
They need some feather bones.
Yeah, girl, don't too many people know about no damn feather bones. Connie, do y'all know about feather
It's a
bones?
Midwest thing.
Feather bone? What is that?
Do you know about feather bones?
Riblets.
No, I never heard of it. What is it? Enlighten me.
Girl.
Riblets.
Get her up with that feather bone knowledge, Carmelita.
What is
It's
it?
pork riblets.
Pork riblets.
They might call them pork riblets.
Yeah, that's exactly what they are.
They might call them pork riblets.
Yeah, I never.
And it's nothing like I'm gonna tell you now. It's nothing like the ones that McDonald's sell.
Nothing like that.
I don't know what
it's like
that
a strip
riblet is.
It's like a strip of meat. It's
The
about
house
this.
and pork.
It's about this.
Yeah,
wide.
short ribs. We call them short
And-
ribs.
No. They're not ribs though. but they about this wide and they about yay long.
Oh,
Like
that
About
end of
this
meat.
that end of
wide,
the
about
rib
yay
meat,
long.
that
And they
side
have
of the
little
rib meat that
square
don't have
bones.
like no big bones in it. It
Yeah,
got
they have
more of
like
the
little.
gristle,
They have
more
like
the gristle.
They have like flat
Yeah.
square bones throughout the meat, but you can't
Mm-hmm.
eat them. Ain't no gristle on them, so you can't eat them.
Oh.
Yeah,
No,
it's
you
just
can't eat the
meat. It's like
bones.
riblets. It got
But
a
I'm
little meat
telling
on
you,
a
you
little
can cook
bone.
them
Oh, okay. Y'all call
on
them
the
feather bone.
grill. You can fry them. You can cook them on the grill. You can bake them. Oh
Yeah,
my
you
You can
god,
can.
do anything.
You can
It's
do
kind of
all
like
that. You can
feather
Bubba
bone.
in
grill
the
Oh
it,
my
bake
Shrimp.
god.
it.
And people come to Omaha and they be like, "What's the hell is a feather in a bone? Is that a chicken?" Like, no,
Yeah, that's the first thing I was gonna say with chicken bone or something.
hunty,
Nah.
hunty.
Yeah, honey, frying them and grilling them is the two best ways.
Mm.
And I'm telling you, feather bones. Oh god, and they a big
And you
Growing
deal.
can
up,
bake them, saute. You can do it's like I said, it's like Bubba and the Shrimp. You can
yeah,
And
do
you can buy a
growing
big
up, I
anything.
mean,
box.
growing
You
up,
can buy
we
a big
used to
box
eat
from
them, but
Walmart.
nah.
Now the Walmarts down there, I don't think sell them that way down south, but the Walmarts all up through here, they sell them, and you get like a
That's just
14
like down
$15 box.
south, in the Walmarts down south. I'm
Mhm.
mad they don't do it up here. Like they have the
Right.
pre-season and they got the green tomatoes that you fried. They got them already seasoned
Yeah, but see, I don't
and
buy those.
battered.
I buy my tomatoes green, cut them up and season them.
I know
I
that's
love
right.
some green
Bread them how I
tomatoes.
want them because you know,
Yeah.
Karma. Sometimes when you get like, even I used to buy like the pork tenderloins already seasoned. I stopped doing that because I'm like,
Yeah.
I don't buy no meat that's
I like to
already
season my
pre-seasoned. I
own. Yeah, I
don't.
ain't never bought no meat that season. I like to season my own meat.
Right.
mm-hmm,
Because I be using,
Only
I'm
meat.
one of those hood ass people who use like 15 different, a
mm-hmm,
little bit of this, a little bit of that,
mm-hmm.
a
Only
little bit
meat
of
that's
this.
consumed in this household is from a butcher, and it's a
Sure.
family, and they control the whole production. They actually have a ranch where they grow the meat, raise the meat. They have a manufacturing company. They got their
Mm.
own trucking, shipping, all the way down to the actual
Wow.
store.
Wow.
And they basically, yeah, so they rear and grew all that, and they fresh. When I say fresh, I'm talking about
You know what? I said I would,
Do
but
y'all
butcher
there
eat
are
paper.
deer
some
meat?
places like Skylark Meat and all of that where we probably could get it pretty much that fresh.
Right down here in Bryan, Texas, man. They go
Do
down
y'all
for
have
real.
deer meat over there in Omaha?
They don't sell it like, it's
They
not
don't sell
very
it in the
popular.
store,
Y'all
but
don't
there
have
are.
No,
jerk because y'all don't have
she
deer
talking
Yeah.
meat.
about storage.
It's
She
not
talking about
very
storage
popular in
over
the store. You
Oh,
got
The
to
okay.
go to
So
sausage,
it's
the
the
South
yeah,
chicken
they
24.
sell it.
sauces,
Yeah, you got to go to a
deer
specific
sauces,
place.
and like ground. You can grind
Yeah,
it
you gotta
up.
go to a
That's,
specific place for that.
there's
They're not just sold in the grocery store like that place, bro. What's it called?
it's called
Stoiches?
it's called storage.
Yeah,
It's they process they are wild game
they
processors,
do
but
all kind of meat.
they he'll tell you he's an old Polish guy. He'll tell you he's a butcher of the butchers.
Yep.
Basically, he
He
got
might
old
have a
book.
lot of venison, a lot of
He
Yeah,
got everything you need.
that's
The
mhm.
over
beef,
in
the pork
South
bacon, the
Omaha.
deer bacon. He can make bacon out of anything.
Yeah,
Yep.
you really can if you think
Yeah,
I
about
you
it.
mean,
can.
Make
I heard
you can
that
make
you can
he
make
got
bacon.
it
bacon
all.
and sausage damn near out of anything.
He got it all. He
Except for
got
chicken. I ain't never had chicken
Right.
bacon.
the
No,
chicken
they
sausage.
make
He
chicken
make it all.
sausage and all kind of
They
shit,
Yeah.
make
girl.
they make the chicken sausage. I done bought it before, but I ain't know about chicken bacon though. You know, that's a
No,
different
I
I
know
ain't. But I
Stoicis
mean,
has the best. Like when you looking for like sausages to put on the grill, Stoicis. I
Yeah.
remember back in the day, we went there a few times back in the day, and they had like nice big old like Italian sausages, beef sausages, pork sausages, and more. That was when food was way cheaper back then.
Hmm.
Ain't no telling how much that shit costs now over there, because that's like a specialty store, you know.
Yeah.
but see, and then that's what I like about down here. But then if I go maybe about a couple hours southwest down to the town city, San Antonio, I can go
Mm.
to the Middle Eastern brothers. Go to this joint called Al Medina.
Mm-hmm.
They get their meat. They get their produce and meat every Thursday fresh. I'm talking about the meat don't come from all their food products don't come from with at least come from within a 150-mile radius or less.
Mm.
And when I say fresh, I'm talking about they have these They got these little reefer trailers. They basically
Yeah.
bought a bunch of cargo trailers, certain sizes, put reefer units on them, and basically they have the Islamic doctor go and actually how they process the halal meat. He's certified from the DC Council. So what he does is he go and processes the meat on the farm exactly how they supposed to do it. You know, make sure the animal fed, pray over them. You know, they cut that neck real good, draining real good, because that way, you know, that way that all that adrenaline won't kick in and soak into the meat.
Right.
And they just basically skin him right there, freshly producing, put him in the freezer, ship them on out to all their locations. Everything.
Well, I know when I was
Dang, he made me think about something too just now.
So
When he
that's
was talking
kind
about
of like
praying, he was
how
talking about
the
praying over the
Jewish
animal. He made me
process
think about
their
something.
meat, how they
It's the halal. You got halal and kosher. They do certain, like the Jews process their meat a certain way. Your Muslims process their meat a certain way as well.
My granddaddy was AME. He used to pray over his chickens because he used to have like a whole chicken coop. He used to raise chickens, right? Well, my mama daddy, he used to raise chicken. My daddy used to raise hogs. And I got another story about that too. But my mama dad used to raise chicken, and he used to go in the chicken coop and he used to grab whatever chicken he wanted, and while the chicken is trying to fly out his hand, but he got the chicken holding on to it, and he just sitting there praying. He just praying as he walking, and then he just
Snap that
slice
neck.
that motherfucker head off.
Oh,
Next thing you know, the head flopping on one side of the yard,
Yep.
the body running off somewhere else, and the
There's
next thing
another
you know,
one.
They was praying though because they
and we
didn't really
look, we got the big ass basin, the big ass tubs of hot water, just ready to drop that motherfucker in, just to pluck them feathers off and shit.
The
I
burn
used to do
off
that
the
shit as a little
feathers.
girl. Hell yeah, I used to do that shit.
But do you think they used to
Best
pray
chicken
because
I
they
ever
really
had.
didn't? Do you think they used to pray because they really didn't like to kill? Like it's a way of living, it's a way to make money, it's
Yeah.
nice growth. But do you think they just prayed because they just
It was giving thanks,
I
man.
think
It was giving thanks.
giving thanks, giving thanks, for the life and praying over the life, the life itself that's being, about to come to an end.
I would feel like, oh my God, I'm one of those people who, even if my family probably raised me like that, I think I would be that little girl, be like, no, don't kill the chicken.
Girl, I
think
used to
would
be
like
so
one of them.
fascinated about the head flopping. That just be
Because the body
the
would still
bird
be
used to be
doing
running, and the bird used to be still be
moving
running
around, yeah.
or flopping, and bird flop down and jumping around and oh God, that
I
shit
told
so
y'all
funny to
about
me.
my pet goat, right?
Oh Lord.
Yeah, you can't be doing the ghosts wrong, man.
So look, we would go to Arkansas every year, and we'd be down there 2-3 weeks staying with my granny out in the country. So we go down there one year, and granny said, oh, I got y'all a pet, and it was a goat. So we playing with this goat and this and that, done made it our pet. We feeding it every day and shit. My dad helping us feed it. He get up one morning and the goat ain't there. So he driving up and down the road looking for it. He done went back up in the woods a little bit looking for it. Can't find it. So we called him Uncle Harold, but he was really our cousin, but he was the same age as my papa.
Right.
So anyway. So Uncle Harold was like, what's going on? What are y'all doing? What y'all looking for? Y'all been doing shit all morning. And me and my sister crying because we like, our goat is gone. Our pet is gone. My uncle said, what pet? He said, that goat that was tied up. We was like, yeah. Now, my granny literally lived directly across the street from the church. She sat in her living room on her couch, and if they had the doors of the church open, she could stare all the way to the pulpit. So Harold said, look over there in that churchyard. Y'all, I was so traumatized. I looked over there. They had, I swear, it looked like a witch's cauldron. Big ass pot.
They didn't
Boy,
sacrifice the goat.
they sitting there dipping my goat to get the hair and shit off.
Man. What?
And then they barbecued him.
Oh hell.
And offered me some of my damn pet. They was like,
Oh
"You better take
shit!
some of this goat. This goat for the
I
everybody
ain't mean to
snacking
laugh.
and
I'm sorry.
grubbing
I ain't mean to laugh,
in
but
the community." Cause they lived in a little community. It was like
that's
200
real messed
people,
up, man. That's
and
messed
everybody
up, man.
related.
How the hell they gonna
I
feed you
said
your
that.
own
I
pet?
That's what I said. I said, "How you gonna give me some of my pet?" That's like saying, "Here, have a slice of Fluffy."
Oh
No.
man, or a little Roscoe.
That's childish as hell.
Damn, that's
See,
fucked
I'm
up,
still
man.
traumatized by that.
You
Hey,
got
the
I'm
some real
goat.
still.
PTSD. You might need to go to the Social Security office, girl. You
Hey,
need to check
the
off that
goat had
mug.
the goat knew the mission. He knew he had to feed
he
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 had to
knew
feed
the
the
mission, but
community.
I didn't. Even my dad was like, "Damn, come on, y'all."
Hey, we hungry.
Nah, for real, Bishop. That's real. That's real messed up. Nah, come
I
on
know
now.
it is, but that ain't as worse as my oldest brother. My oldest
So
brother would not eat a
I
piece
want to
of.
know
He
how
would
many
not eat
people.
duck to this day.
How many
My
people
brother's
Why?
got a piece
64.
off of old Billy Goat Gruff?
Why he won't eat no duck?
Because my nana and them, the same story that Carmen Diva just said about her pet goat, his pet duck.
Oh my God. But
And when he
the
What?
went,
goat Karma Diva was the goat, was it in his future that he would
yeah,
get
Yeah,
killed
that
and
was the
eat?
whole point. Because they would have, like I said, it was a community, and it was like 200 people in this little community,
And they
oh
ate
and
yeah,
this goat.
goat,
everybody
he was
was
done.
related to each other on one side or the other.
Goat,
They
And
said,
they
goat, he was
ate this
done.
goat. Was it
and
a special occasion?
Nah,
it was a
everybody was
homecoming.
Was
hungry.
It
it
was they
Christmas?
call it a home instead of a family reunion. They call it a homecoming. So
He
Oh
was good
it
hell.
as
was a
cooked.
homecoming, and they knew they
And
was
he
gonna
was
be,
home going.
and they
God damn.
basically had us
Upper
fattening the
God
room,
goat for
damn
them.
it.
So
the
they
upper
had
Fuck.
room.
y'all feeding
Ugh.
these goats and getting the goat all
Getting them
fat.
fat.
And they
Yeah.
knew that they was gonna kill them goat all that
Yeah.
goat.
And had
That
the
goat had
kids
to go
calling
to the
them
goat
pets.
up heaven. He went to upper room.
And had the kids calling them pets, Tanya.
You went in the toilet room, you mean?
Right.
Oh
Oh
He
my
still
God. I would have been
man.
so traumatized. I would have been so traumatized.
I was
Did you
and still
name did you
am.
name did you name them? Did you give them a name?
I don't even remember
His
if
name was
we
Billy
said
Goat
that.
Gruff. That's what his name was.
his
It was.
name was
I
upper
mean,
room.
you gotta think this. Shut up. This
What
shit
you say,
happened so
bro? Upper
long
who?
ago. In the upper room. That's the dog. That
Oh,
was the pet
he
name.
said the
Upper
upper
room.
room.
They probably was
That
slick.
happened.
They probably was slick calling his ass that too behind your back. I ain't gonna
They
lie. They
It
probably
was
probably was
the
was.
slick
upper
calling his ass upper
room.
room.
They
Yeah.
probably was. I
Damn.
wouldn't doubt it. This happened in like the late '80s.
But
So
sis, when you said they
In
had
the
a witch's
upper
pot,
room.
how the hell that's a big ass pot. You know how big them pots are to have a witch's cauldron? You talking about one of them pots,
Yeah,
that's
big
huge.
but
ass
think
pot. Where
about, they
you could
But
had
fit
how
like
him.
big was the
two. You could
goat?
fit two
They
grown
had
men in
look.
that
They
mug.
had his legs tied with a
Oh
rope,
Like
yeah.
a
I
big
and
know
the
goat
because
rope,
over the fire pit?
my step great grandmama was she was a whole damn witch. So I
and
know
the
what that
rope,
shit was like.
and I'm saying, and the rope was like tied over a tree
But
branch,
did he have
so
him
they
like
could
over a big
dip
fire
him.
pit?
Yeah, it was like a big ass fire pit,
Like
Oh
they
yeah,
did
and
he
with
was
the big
cooking.
old hogs and stuff and the big old
I
deer.
guess
He was a goat
Like you do the
luau.
hogs.
So they
Yeah, he was
didn't
a
cut them
luau.
up. They
That's a
didn't cut
different
them up
process with
and
the
freeze
hogs
some
though.
portions and feed y'all with something. They did took the whole goat.
they. I'm trying to think. I don't think he had a head on him,
No, he
Oh,
but
didn't. I'm
oh
pretty
yeah,
sure
they
they
used to
gutted
cut
him.
the heads off, right? Yeah, they cut the heads off.
yeah,
Yeah, 'cause that's
and they
delicacy.
took
Yeah.
him and they pulled back
They probably
like
do it the same way they did a
and
hog.
dipped him in there,
Mm-hmm.
I have to
and
ask
that
my husband
water
how
was
they do it because they eat
that
goats.
water was hot, and
Oh
it
yeah,
was
that
just
goat meat is where it's at.
and it was to get the skin off,
I
to
don't like it though,
get the
Bishop.
hair off of there.
I don't like
See,
Goat
it.
that's
meat
the
is
part I
It
don't. I
don't
fire.
can't
taste
even
good. It
stand
tastes
a
too
fish. I
white, too
can't even
gamey.
skin a fish. Now I love me some fish, and my dad and my mom, when they used to go fishing all the time, they would get me some fish, but they knew they had to fucking
Scale it.
scale that shit and clean
Snapper,
that
that's
shit
where it's
before
at.
they called me to come get my portion of the fish.
What? You
I
Oh,
never
was
my
you
I
never
uncle
was
used
you
to
never
make. My
clean
uncle
fish?
used to
yeah,
go
I done
fishing.
it before, like
And
once. I done it like once, and I swore I wouldn't do it again. But shit, my mama and daddy had me there.
see,
Still,
we
they
always,
had me use a
you know
spoon.
what's
And
crazy
they were like,
is my
smell that
uncle,
fish.
he was
That shit
old, he was
stink.
We
country,
still clean
and
our
so he
fish,
would go
scale them
Fish
and
fishing all the
flying
everything.
all
time,
over the place, and the fins
and
flying
he used to
everywhere,
let,
and the
we used
That's
to
smell.
my
sit in there and
son's
scale
favorite
fish
part. The
for him.
head. My son love the head. He like, go ahead, get. He want
Yeah.
me to chop the heads off and fry them. Like when I
Yeah.
frying fish, he want the
Oh
heads to
yeah.
himself. My
What
son,
do
he
you do with
13
the
years old.
And then
eyeballs?
you gotta
What
clean
does
the
the
guts
eyeballs
out to
go?
clean the poop out.
What you
Oh
mean where the
no.
eyeballs go? In your derm? If you don't want to eat it,
Oh.
you stay on the plate. But
Nope.
most part, they eat it.
My dad
My
told me
son eat
clean. He taught
everything
me
off
how
the
to.
head.
I know how to clean a fish. I know how to cut the guts and all that shit out. I
Yeah.
did it one
Yeah.
time and I was disgusted. And I
Our
said,
favorite part was the head or the stomach. We used to chase the other kids in the neighborhood with them.
nope.
But no, but no. Well, actually, now honestly, if you had to go, especially like down here in South Texas, there's two places you can take them. Either a Habib store, uh, or the Mexicans. They'll take that goat head and they'll make sure he good and clean, but they'll skin him and they'll boil him
They'll
and make
stew them
that
down.
barbacoa. And but the eyeball, like that's like a delicacy.
Yeah.
Like I'm talking about, like you can take that. When I said they had paid premium dollar for that one goat head, and it's right, like it's the old granny look at it and be like, oh okay, yeah, go ahead, whoop whoop whoop, on their language, get that. They pay you real, I mean, straight up cash. They'll drop it like it's hot.
Mm-hmm.
You got more? You got more goat head? Like,
Mm-hmm.
nah, bro, I ain't got no more heads off no goat. But if you need something, it go down like that. That's a deadly, yeah. Just like we do, like our people do hog head cheese.
I don't
Yeah.
do that either.
I mean, I don't do it neither. I'm just saying that how they make it. That
I know.
especially down in South Carolina,
Yeah.
they put
We
it in that
cook
big old pot.
everything. We eat everything off it.
Mm-hmm.
Everything. Like that's how we make our sauce meat. Y'all ain't never heard of sauce meat before?
Mm-hmm.
Nope.
Yeah,
Oh
sauce.
man, sauce meat. Get you a nice slice of cold size sauce meat with a piece of cheese. God damn it, boy! You in the game, boy. You in the game. You in
Yeah,
the
that's how they
giggity
make that.
game,
Yeah, they
boy.
make that hog head cheese. They
See, I
gel it
want
up.
some brown swagger, but nobody eats it. And I don't want a whole thing of brown swagger. I just
What's
want
Mm-mm.
one
brown
slice
swagger? What that's called? What that is?
and some saltine crackers.
What's
Mm-mm.
brown swagger? What's that?
Sound like a whole lot of gas. That's what it sound like.
Y'all don't know what brown
It sounds like a
swagger is? It's
doggone
that
toilet ceremony.
I have no idea what you talking about. But you said it come from a
it's
coon?
you can buy brown swagger in any store.
Did it
It
come from a
comes in
raccoon?
a no.
But she was just talking about a coon.
What you talking about?
Connie, you didn't just say something about a coon.
No, I said hog head.
I could have sworn you said something about a coon too.
I said sauce
Nobody said
meat.
nothing about
I was
no
saying
coon.
sauce meat. I ain't saying nothing about no coon, Tanya.
Some
No,
old possum meat. She
I
thought
ain't
she
eat
think
that.
she was thinking of some
Listen,
old
I have
possum meat.
family who eat coon. I have
I
family who eat
can't.
possum.
Ooh, I don't
Yep.
want y'all to heard my coon story before, so I ain't even gonna go into that.
I have family who eat possum.
Yeah,
Oh
possum and ostrich ankles.
no! Oh no!
Ostrich ankles. Nigga, shut up.
I be seeing them things running around in the neighborhood. I don't want
Mm,
them. I don't want them.
they might
Now
swipe up
you
an
know what's
armadillo off
crazy,
the road
and a lot of
if
people
they
don't
didn't.
know is there's a lot of ostrich farms in Texas.
Oh, you ain't knowing? That's that emu meat. That's
My uncle used to have
That's what they be serving at time out.
my uncle had they still have the ostrich farm in Sweden. He was over in Sweden for a long time and they had an ostrich farm, but him and his wife divorced, so she kept the farm and he moved over here. But they used to tell me about like all like the different parts of the meat, like how it tastes good and like the eggs and stuff, like how they cooked it. They didn't cook it like regular, like just scrambling eggs. They used to cook it like with meals. Yes, like with meals.
Some big ass eggs. You ever seen them damn eggs?
Yeah, with
And I was
meals.
just
Not
joking about
like how
time
we eat
out for somebody
food.
say, time out, don't use ostriches. Just too.
Oh, and I was gonna say Braunschweiger is that
Yeah, what
sausage
is
that
that?
comes in the it comes in a yellow tube and it's the ground meat
Oh,
inside of it.
oh, that's what my grandma. I now I know
A
what you
yellow
talking.
tube?
It comes with like yellow wrapping. It's a
I know.
sausage,
Yellow
but
wrapping.
it's real soft. It's
It's
real
like
soft.
basically it's kind of like the Mexican it's like the what she talking about is like the version of like chorizo,
Is it
but
like
they
the
call it the
gamey
bag.
version of ground turkey?
No,
What is it like? What does it taste like?
I want to say it's like
Chicken.
no,
Taste like
it's pork.
eggs.
I
Oh,
want to
it's
say
pork.
it's like a pork liver or something like
I
that. I
never
can't
seen that
remember.
before.
It's like a
Is it like
potato, like a
pudding?
duck
Is it
liver. It's
like
like a
It's
pudding?
like
duck.
a pate. It's like a
Yeah.
pate
Is
kind
it
of
like
thing.
pudding?
No, it's
No,
like
We
a
call what
pate.
we call pudding is like pork, like ground up. It's really soft and it has like rice in it.
no.
Y'all never
No,
heard of pudding?
no.
I've heard of
It's
that,
salt.
but
It's
no.
pork. It's pork, and it's you can cook it in the morning with grits. You can cook it in the morning for
You said
breakfast.
pudding like Jello pudding pops.
No, no,
No,
no,
I
baby,
know what you're
no,
talking
baby.
about,
You
It's
but
talking about the
pudding.
That's just a
pudding, the
whole lot of
chocolate, or the
gas.
vanilla pudding? Like
No, it's
chocolate or vanilla pudding?
no, it's
no,
pudding. It's pork. It's pork,
it's meat.
That's a
and it
whole
comes
lot.
in a
That's a
tube.
gas
It comes in
vessel.
a casing. It comes in a
Oh.
It's
casing.
almost you know what it almost sound like? Boudin.
Oh,
But
okay.
not
No, I'm saying the
not
way
Boudin is
you
a
saying
exactly.
whole
it's
nother
like
But
level.
pork
yeah.
with rice and it come in a casing.
Mm-hmm.
That's basically boudin.
And it's made out of pork, Connie?
Yeah.
And it's called pork pudding.
Yep.
I'm gonna have to look
And
that
they
up.
have bits of rice in it.
Mm.
There's some hog maws and chorizo tacos.
It's
No,
all
no, we don't
ground up.
have all
Anything
that.
you could think of, the hog head, the hog butt, anything, everything ground up in that.
Look up Braunschweiger, Braun. It's like a German kind of
Yeah,
thing.
I know my grandma used to eat. Like I said, my mom. Well,
It
my
was
net.
good. That's where I learned to eat it too. Was from my grandma, and
My
you
grand. I
cut
know
up like
exactly.
small slices of it, and like I said, you eat it with some saltine crackers, and man,
Give you mud butt.
yeah,
No, it
you eat
don't.
too much
No,
My
it
of it.
don't.
parents
Like
used to
that
eat that
pudding.
one stuff with the saltine crackers, that cheese hog. What do you call it?
Hog
Hog
head
head
cheese.
Hoghead
cheese.
cheese.
That definitely get. Ooh,
Yeah.
that give you ferocious gas though.
No,
That.
but no. If you used to eating it a lot, Bishop. Now be honest. If you used to eating it a lot, it don't really do your system that bad.
I don't know. I have not ate that since I was a little kid. That was over
I haven't
about
eaten it in
40 something years
years,
ago,
years,
maybe.
years, years.
Right, my
Man, they used to make us eat everything when we was younger.
like
Everything.
Yeah,
liver.
we
Oh
used to
my
eat
God, my
Man,
grandma used to make us to
everything.
My
eat
parents eat
liver.
liver and
Oh,
all that. I never ate liver. They couldn't get me. They
oh
couldn't
no,
get
they
me.
made us eat liver, but
yeah,
see, I
liver and
didn't
I
onions
like
and some
love
it.
liver
rice.
and onions. Oh
Well, see,
man,
Liver
I
my
and onions
love
and
grandma
some
used to
onions.
rice.
make
I'll
us
cook me
eat
up
it,
some calf liver in a
but
minute.
we all
Yeah.
anemic, and I'm like,
No.
Yeah,
okay,
it's really big in iron. It's really good in
Anything that I
yeah,
did not
yeah.
like, my mother did not
I
force on
need
me.
to eat it.
Even like I like okra, but I like it fried. But my
I
Yeah,
mother,
know that's
yeah,
right.
she from the south. They put okra in everything. They
In their
beans.
I
stews.
know they
Yep.
put it in their greens.
So
Yep.
what she would do
In the
is
stews. Yep.
whenever she made anything that had the slimy okra in it, she would make me my own pot without the okra and make the family pot with the okra. So
No,
she
I
never like
used
Mm.
to
forced.
make mama, cause like mama would always want to put it in stuff, and I'd be like, here, let's do this. We're gonna make a pot that's for everybody, and then you cook your okra the way you want on the side, and you add it to your bowl
Yeah,
instead
okra
of
good for
Yeah,
your
my
adding
mom
Yeah,
would
breakfast.
but
just cook
see,
the
like
pot
in the
for the
south.
family and have my own little pot. And I
Yeah.
do the same thing for my kids. Like one of my kids love dressing, the other one don't. One of my kids love mac and cheese, the other one don't. So I try to
Oh,
make sure every
Mm.
big holiday that I have something for everybody.
Yeah. But see,
I
like
additional.
just
in
cooked
the
all of that
south.
the other day, like I
Sorry,
was
Bishop, I'm
cooking a
talking
damn
over you.
Thanksgiving dinner. I cooked dressing and baked chicken, macaroni,
Mm,
and all of this shit. And Wayne was like, "Save me some of that dressing. Put it in the." I was like, "I ain't putting shit in no freezer."
mm-mm.
I'm like, you the chef, you supposed to be cooking it for me.
So y'all don't freeze food?
Yeah, we freeze food. Yeah.
Oh, I'm about to say.
I'm not a freezing food type of person, but I come from that. So my mom can make greens for Christmas or whatever, or shit, just a regular Sunday dinner. And if we
Well,
didn't eat
see,
them
my
all,
kids, I
she
don't know
would
what it is. They act like they can't eat no fucking leftovers.
Yeah,
So
my husband the same way, Karma.
she would freeze like a certain amount and keep a certain amount out for leftovers. And then
Right.
the
yeah,
next
I
holiday
do
come
that too.
around, she would thaw that shit out the next holiday. And my grandma and them, they would do the same thing.
But
And
see,
then
the
what
like
I
funny
used
part
to
is,
do,
I do that, and my kids, they be like,
I
it'll
think
be like a
Bishop was
month
trying.
later, like I freeze some barbecue. Be like shit, and they looking for something to eat, and I'm sitting there smacking on some barbecue. They like, where you get that?
Out the freezer.
One of us know how to freeze.
And what I do is I section it up in portions, so I don't just freeze a whole big old bag of collard greens or a whole big old bag or whatever I want to have left over. I portion it out to where I can say, okay, the next time we eat it, we're gonna have this amount of much, and then put that in the bag, then put the rest of it in the bag, and just portion it out like that. I don't
I
put the
don't do
whole thing.
that. I don't cook a whole lot of it. That's all it is to it. And then if I do happen to cook a whole lot of something, it's usually I freeze it and I'm gonna be the only one to eat it. Because like I said, these two picky ass Negroes act like they can't eat no leftovers.
But let me
So
tell you something. They don't know it's leftovers
said,
until if you put it in the freezer on tomorrow, right? Tomorrow is well, it's already Saturday. But if you put it in the freezer tonight and you pull it out next Wednesday, you or Thursday, you think they're gonna say it's leftovers? If they ain't never seen it in the fridge?
it don't matter.
well, I
They
mean, it don't. To me,
They
that's
can't
that's not
taste
a
it.
big
You
thing.
cannot taste it.
Yeah, you can't taste it because that flavor is frozen into place. But with me, there's just certain things I don't like to eat left over. Like I don't even like to really eat leftover chicken. It's just
what?
something about it that just don't
I don't
taste
like
as
leftover
good as it
chicken.
was when it was first cooked. But I can eat like leftover ribs. I can eat leftover, certain things I can, and certain things I'm just like, they just don't
I don't
taste.
eat leftover fried chicken, but I
Yeah,
will
that's
eat some
that's what I'm saying.
leftover.
Fried chicken, fried
Yeah.
chicken, baked chicken. I can
But
eat leftover
listen,
baked chicken.
if
Yeah.
I fry
That's
some fish, and listen, we had this whole big old thing in the beef sector about leftover
a lot
chicken
of
and
people
yogurt,
don't eat
right?
fried fish after it's like the next day or
You
whatever. They
definitely
will
gotta
not
put it
eat
in the
leftover
oven. You
fish.
definitely gotta put it in the
Yeah,
oven,
you
or
gotta.
in a,
Yeah,
or
and
in
that's what I was gonna
the
say.
what do you call the fryer? The
Air
Deep
fryer.
fry.
air fryer. Yeah.
Oh,
So what I do, even before the air fryer, what I do is and I cook some fish the night before, and I have some left over, put it in the fridge, and then when I take it out, I put it directly in the oven. Put it in the oven, let it crisp up because it crisp up real good in the oven, and it doesn't take long for it to heat up. It crisp up, especially whole fish. It cook. It really crisp up real good, and I make my grits because y'all know y'all ain't really big on grits. I know y'all hear me saying about grits
Oh, we
all the
like
time.
grits. We like grits.
I love my grits savory though, like salty with butter.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so
Yeah.
in the morning, so that very next morning, I got some leftover fish. Put that mug in the oven, get my grits going, and I got me some fish and grits. And sometimes you have some like fried okra. You can fry some okra on the side with that mug, man. Pour some hot sauce on that mug and call it a good old morning.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
now I'm gonna ask you this, because
Mm-hmm.
a lot of people, when I say it, they look at me crazy. Do you reheat spaghetti, and how do you do it?
Oh, we just had reheated spaghetti tonight. Actually, I made some spaghetti last week. It
Hmm.
was last Friday, and I had put it in the freezer. I sealed it up real good in the freezer bag, and make sure no air, nothing in there. And then we took it out tonight. We defrosted a little bit, kind of knock some of that ice off, knock some of that chill off. Defrosted, and then we put it in the pot. and warmed it up on semi-low.
That's how I do mine. I put it back in the pot.
And then after about 20 minutes, if you warm it on semi-low, then you turn the heat up a little bit. You know, you don't want that thing to start, sticking. The noodles or whatever start sticking. So yeah, we had that just tonight.
I put mine in the pot, and then I add a little bit of extra sauce on it if I froze the sauce or if I just got a can of sauce around the house.
Do that. It was so.
You ain't never heard to add milk to it, just a little bit of milk.
Never heard that.
Listen, the milk is because sometimes like if you put it in the fridge. Listen, if you putting it in the fridge and say you heating it up the next day, sometimes those noodles get hard. You add a little bit of milk just because it helps to it softens those noodles up and it don't add no extra flavor to the spaghetti.
Okay, if
when
I had
warm
to be
mine
honest,
up, they be soft when I warm them up in the
if
microwave.
I had to be honest, if I had to take that kind of route to where I had to add something to it, I would do what Tanya said, but I would add sauce.
Yeah, just add
Not
some
milk.
sauce.
Yeah.
But I ain't never had to add nothing. I just put it.
Not me
the
either.
Next day, I just put it. Even if I did it in the microwave, I would just wrap the whole thing with paper towels, and then I would warm it in there. I ain't never have to put something on it to make it soft. It just automatically.
Yeah, it automatically gets the sauce automatically comes back to its original state.
See, my family, I don't know. We've done that on both sides of my family for years.
You know what?
I mean,
you know what?
It's kind of like macaroni. If you put macaroni in the refrigerator, of course it's gonna get hard. But as soon as you warm it up the next day, it just automatically relaxes and gets soft when you warm it up in the microwave.
You know what I'm thinking, Carmel? Maybe you didn't add enough sauce before you put it in the fridge.
Yeah.
Put it in the fridge. That's
Also,
I ain't never had no hard spaghetti the next day.
oh Lord, man. What about some pickled pig feet and moose meat?
No, we ain't doing no pickles.
Yes. Listen, y'all. We so country where I come from. Pickled pig feet was like a commodity at the concession stand.
That's like candy down south.
When we used to have canteen, like in high school, in middle school and stuff, pickled pig feet was always up there.
That's like candy. That's like buying a bag of hot Cheetos.
Listen, it's like buying hot sausage,
moose meat.
a good old hot sausage, a good old pickle, man, and some pickled pig feet. Okay, we in the game. We in there.
Some moose meat. That's all we
I ain't
need.
know about no moose
He
meat.
said moose.
See, you know what? You just trying to be facetious. See, I ain't doing that with you. Talking about moose meat. Where you gonna get a moose from?
Yeah, Alaska.
Where you saw a goddamn
He said Alaska.
I'm giving some of that Alaskan moose meat. Somebody don't
see a goddamn moose. That's what I want to see. Where you see a goddamn moose?
Said moose meat. Come on, bro. Moose meat. You know
Hey,
facetious.
that's in the venison family.
Yeah, it is. But goddamn it, we ain't never had none
on that note.
What, you ain't eating no duck knees?
What time is it? It's 3:16 in. We 3:16 in.
Oh, don't start no stuff. Because you was on like 5 hours last week.
Connie, we got a 3-hour rule, Connie, because you know we can
He
go.
was on 5 hours last
week.
We
can go 4, 5.
They sure was. I fell asleep.
Okay, let
they
the
was
truth
on
come out.
Your girl about to get off of here. gather me around, ranks around, and get me another drink. And relax and unwind because I do have to work tomorrow afternoon.
Okay.
So I plan on sleeping.
How you got to work tomorrow? I'm gonna kick her ass and your job.
I got to work from 3 to 9.
8 to 8, 7 days a week.
Because I normally would work in the morning, but our systems are getting you know how sometimes you have system updates at work.
Yeah, updates. Yeah,
and they're doing it from tonight. Oh shit, that's right. I got.
See.
Yeah, and CHI, I'm still waiting on them to get back online. I can't even check. I can't check my chart. I can't do my med, nothing, because they had somebody hacked into the system and the whole CHI.
Oh, I saw that all over the news. I saw that.
It's about to get ugly, man. Y'all, this is just the beginning.
Oh wow.
It's about to get ugly. about to
But
get
see,
real
I'm
ugly.
glad I thought
I
about
didn't even know. All I knew is I kept trying to get on. At first, I thought it was me because I kept trying to get in to my chart. Because you know, like I said, that's how I make my doctor's appointments, how I order my medications, all of that. And I couldn't get it. I'm like, what the fuck? And then me and my dad were talking, and he said something about the system being down, and I'm like, what? And then I looked on the news channels and seen where the system was down because somebody had hacked into it, and it's been over a week now, and they still. But see, their protocol was to anything electronic that had patient information, they shut it all down.
Yeah.
They took everything offline, which is good in a way, you know, because they protect them patients' information. But for motherfuckers like me who is supposed to, you know, take these steps to make doctor appointments and order medications and this and that, that makes it a lot more difficult.
You gotta go back to the horse and buggy days. They call on the phone and take appointments on with paper,
I know.
pen and paper.
But that makes it even harder to get in
True
because
that.
now you got everybody calling, and due to a high call volume,
Hmm.
it's like,
Please
man,
call
you
back
want to get
later.
these old people off the phone because there's old people who don't know what the hell they doing no way.
Exactly what they crusty ass. We gonna get there one day too, and somebody gonna call us crusty.
Mm-hmm.
But
That's
until
all
then,
Here,
I'm
logging,
good.
logging onto my computer.
my daddy would say, keep living.
I know that's right. You'll figure it out one
Mhm.
day.
My uncle used
Get,
to say that too. Keep on living.
yeah, till you get to the upper room, till the feet pointing north, you all right.
Upper room, like, I ain't even gonna bring the queen into this. Nope, not gonna do it.
Oh y'all gotta know she had on her ruby red slippers too. No, they put her in the vault. She had to
I'm
go to the
not
vault
gonna
before
do
she
it.
went to the upper room.
I ain't
Yeah,
looked at none of that bullshit they had on her.
me neither. I mean, but she had on them ruby red slippers and them
But she was
cobblestones, boy.
mean
Hey.
like, how you gonna be mean to Princess Diana, but you cool with Camilla, the bitch that was the side piece the entire time your
Hmm,
son was married to his wife?
exactly. Digging down his own cousin. Nasty.
Like, what?
Keeping it in the family.
Hey,
Nasty.
that's what they do.
All right, that's just nasty. I don't give a damn how much money,
They
how
must
much
be
roll I
from West
tag.
Virginia.
West Virginia,
Why that
Okay,
old,
I am
that's why that
officially
old
I
logged
bitch
back
said
like
on.
a
that,
goat
look,
to the day
West
she died.
Virginia, that's the home of the Uncle Daddies. That's what me and my
You are
brother.
so stupid for
The
that.
brother, the brother mamas,
Did you
the
say
brother,
Uncle Daddy
uncles, the brother uncles.
Uncle Daddy?
Me
Wow.
and my brother used to say that all the time. They from, oh yeah, they
Okay,
from
y'all, I'm gonna go
Alabama.
on. I gotta go on to see Carrie. I see she live. I'm gonna go on.
Carrie live? Okay,
Yeah,
I'll
Carrie
probably watch
live.
Oh,
her for a
tell
minute.
Carrie hi. Tell
I
her what's
sure
up.
will. I
Hold
sure
on, let
will.
me find her. Let me find her link so I can drop her link in the chat just in case anybody wants to cruise on over there.
I think, well, I ain't been
Yeah,
on
I'm
Carrie in
about
a
to hit her
long
panel
time.
real quick
She
and
doing
talk
her
to her for
message.
a little while.
Oh, but
All
hold
right,
up.
you
It
guys.
says, wait a minute. It says
Hmm?
live in 41 out. Wait a minute. That must be the wrong one.
It says let's
Okay,
check
I see it now.
what's happened today or something like that.
Okay, I see it now. So I'm gonna drop the link in the chat just in case anybody else wants to go over to Carrie's.
Yeah. She
All
real
right.
cool, Bishop. You will enjoy her. She real
Yeah,
cool.
you would definitely like her.
Carrie's
And
real quick, yeah.
she's not from the motherland, but she's from the Caribbean land.
Actually,
Oh, okay.
Tanya, if for a little fun fact, real quick, Tanya was the one who actually encouraged her to start her channel, and
Yep,
she.
yep.
I sure
Oh,
did.
that's what's up.
I
Yep.
sure did because I knew she would do awesome, and she has been doing fabulous
Yes.
ever
Yes.
since. Now,
Yep.
Connie.
Yes, ma'am. I'm here.
Mm-hmm.
What you gotta say?
You know she finna get on your ass. You might as well look, hang
Spit it
up now.
out there.
Listen. Life has happened, Tanya. You know, I told you last time. I've been going back on campus, so I'm not really working from
We
home like
forgive
I
you.
used to.
We forgive you.
Okay, but I'm gonna try a little bit harder come November.
That's okay because all y'all, I'm expecting all y'all this year coming up. I'm expecting all y'all to do more commentary. If not once a week, twice a week, something. All y'all.
I'm gonna have a howdy
I
doody
got
hour.
videos up. So now.
And y'all know
I
I
can
will
think
support.
anybody
Y'all
to
know I
watch
will
it.
support. Y'all
You know
I'm
what
gonna have
we
a
can
howdy
do?
doody hour.
Wait a minute, y'all. I got a good idea.
What?
If everybody want to like just really like just boost up their channel like next month, right?
Mm-hmm.
What we can do is we can just invite each other, like one person or two people at a time, invite them over, let them talk, you know, give them like a little quick interview, and just like talk about like current events, like how we do here sometime at night.
Or just shoot
like
the shit.
But rotate it, like
Yeah,
rotate
we
it
can just shoot
around.
the shit. Yeah, we can talk about just like we do on Friday
So
night.
you can keep like you keep your Friday night, but then like Bishop he'll have like a Thursday night or Wednesday night. Karma she can have like a Monday or Sunday night, or whatever night she want to choose, and I can do my own little night in between, you know, and let everybody just come on and just hang out.
Well, let's
I'm
plan
gonna
for
have a
that.
howdy doody hour. That's
We
gonna
got
be the
2
name
weeks,
of my
so
show.
we can start planning for that. Okay.
Howdy
What
doody.
Connie, are you
y'all say about?
on? Connie, are you on IG?
Not really. I'm on IG, but not really.
Well, just send me. I'll just contact you
Howdy
through
doody.
IG. Could you send me a request? It's the Hood Table on IG.
Okay.
That way we can like communicate and set this all up.
I think I did follow you.
You are okay.
Hey, bro.
So
My name is
I'll send you
already
a
been
message.
shut
I'll
shit
send you
down,
a
so mine
DM.
will be the shut shit,
Yeah, send me a DM.
the shoot shit hour.
Yeah, shoot shit hour. Yeah.
Shoot shit
Howdy
hour.
doody.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, good night, everyone.
We'll
Thanks
work
everybody
on
for
it.
tuning in. I'll probably see you over at Carrie's while I'm getting another drink. So,
okay, babe.
You guys have a wonderful night. I love you guys.
Thank
Thanks
you for having me up. Thank you so much.
Anytime, babe.
Good
Anytime.
night.
Thanks for the
Good to
chat.
talk to you again.
Yes. As
sure.
always.
Yes,
you know, y'all my people.
Yes,
yes.
All right. Okay, go ahead.
All right, everybody. Much
Y'all know
love.
how we
Be
do.
safe.
Y'all know how we do.
Be
Stay safe,
vigilant.
be blessed, remain vigilant at all times, and always remember
to stay
Keep it
good.
and free kills and free bill and what else was oh yeah
and free Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
Free Michael Jackson.
Help
Yes,
Tasha
real
pay for
talk.
that $4 million to Cardi B. Y'all help her with that, okay?
And y'all look forward to the howdy doody hour and shut shit down and all that because it's going down
It's going down in November.
already.
Go down, y'all.
All right, y'all.
All right, good night. Be blessed, everyone.
Love you on purpose.
All right, love you on purpose.
All right, y'all.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Deuces.
And praise white Jesus.